What is going on, my fellow Schwoke Lords? What is up? It is your boy Schweezy, aka the Foreplay King, back at it again with the internet's worst podcast, the SchwegCast. Welcome. You're here. You are listening. You are watching. Watching on YouTube, I feel, is the best way this podcast now is going to be, because you get to experience everything in 2D or 3D, depending on your vision on that. But it's really exciting. I really enjoy doing the show, and today is no exception. Today I have Colin Miller of Miller and the Hunks on. We talk about music, we talk about life, we talk about our spirituality, we talk about all the cool things, as both of us being from the Midwest and different ends of the Midwest, so we have like different experiences from that. If you like this show, hit that subscribe button, smash it, gently tap it, like this episode too on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts at. But YouTube would be really cool. We're still trying to grow that page and get that page kind of up and coming from everyone else who listens to the show. But if you want to support the show even further, recently we have launched a Patreon page. Patreon allows you to support the show directly, and right now there is only one tier. That is $5 a month. You get ad-free episodes of the SchwegCast, and being that, because you're the sponsor, you don't have to listen to ads. It's just going to be straight through. You get to listen to the conversation, how it was when we were talking, and even do it unedited. So if there is any edits we have to do on the YouTube page or any other platform, doesn't get edited out, so you get the full version of that over on Patreon, which is really cool and a really great perk for it. So please subscribe to the Patreon page, be cool, and support the show financially. It is the best way possible. Also, a week exactly from today, October 16th is the date, my new song, Oof, is coming out. Oof by Schweezy. So you got to say it with a little enthusiasm, like, ooh, like, you know, the bad kind of way. That's kind of the way. OOF is how you spell it. But anyways, I'm going to put the pre-save link in the description of this episode. But I am excited. I really like this song, and I have a couple other songs planned, and all these songs are super, I just like really think all these songs are good. I believe in myself, and I believe that these songs are good, and I'm going to be a little cocky. I do think they're good. So hit that pre-save. Next week it will be out for the world, and I'm really excited for everyone to get to hear it all out there and whatnot. But yeah, thank you so much for listening today. I'm going to go ahead and get on with my show with Colin, but also another reminder, every Mondays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I, Schweezy, am streaming video games over on Twitch. Right now I'm going through Luigi's Mansion because it is a spooky season, and with it being spooky, going through Luigi's Mansion and doing ghost stuff. I've never played the game before. Starting today when I record this, I'm really excited to Luigi's Mansion 3, and I'm really excited. So I'm not going to keep you all day. Here's my conversation with Colin. As my boy Garth would say, if this is truly a conversation,
then I say let the conversation begin.
So yeah, I actually started, was when I decided to do the show on video, I was like, I should probably lose some weight. So I've been like trying to lose weight to not be like this fat, pathetic fuck.
Oh no, you look very handsome.
Oh, well, thank you. But I used to be pretty fat. Let me pull up the photo that was like, okay, I need to lose some weight. And
it's hard. It's hard to lose the weight. It's real easy to pack it on. It's harder to lose.
I lost I'm down like 30-ish pounds, kind of going up.
Oh, that's great.
Because I've just been kind of like giving up. Again, I'm like, I'm not meeting women. So it's like,
not right now.
And then the show, I'm like, they're really showing me the face up, and like my cheek, I have the fattest fucking cheeks in the world. Like, when people say they're clapping cheeks, which typically means sex.
Yeah.
For me, it actually means I'm just eating. So
yeah.
So just like, I'm not, when I'm clapping cheeks, I'm just so I have to when I say that to people, like if I ever refer to clapping cheeks, I'm referring to eating, not actually having sex with a woman.
Yeah, there's no coitus involved.
It's straight. So yeah, this is me as Napoleon Dynamite for Halloween.
Oh yeah.
I was super fucking fat, and
you look festively plump.
God, yeah. Well, I don't know what that means, but It's like, like Santa's fat, but you kind of like Santa.
Right.
But Santa's like the one fat guy who could like be with any woman he wants.
He could.
Because like that's why Mrs. Claus is anorexic.
Yep.
Because she has to make sure that Santa's doing good.
Got to make sure he's ready to give.
Yeah. But I also think he only works one day a year, so like.
Yeah.
Could probably lose some weight.
He probably does a lot of chilling. Or, that's probably a lot of planning. That's probably a lot of planning to do. He's checking in on kids, making sure they're being nice.
So, yeah.
Not too naughty.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird concept. Like, he definitely knows, but then, like, people are upset they have to wear masks in public because the government's controlling them. Like, Santa's already, like, seeing everything you do all the time.
Yeah, we grew up with this. We know about
if you think your privacy is being invaded, like, Santa's already looking at you.
He comes into your house.
Like, yeah, he comes into your house unannounced, and somehow, like, we're cool with it.
Yeah, we let that one go.
What was it? Donald Glover had, like, a stand-up special. He's just like, oh, yeah, the older you get, the more, like, messed up Santa is. It's just like, so he comes into your house, eat your cookies.
Yeah.
I think I decided if I have kids, like, we're leaving Santa whiskey. And,
okay, yeah.
It's like Santa's trying to lose some weight. He's on that keto diet, so we're gonna leave him some maybe a plate of cheese and some whiskey.
Yeah.
But
I will say though, winter is not a good time to try to lose some weight. I always go. I pack on a few the holiday times.
I know. And I'm like, this is like I used to just eat whatever I wanted. Now I'm like trying to be a little self-conscious. Like maybe diet soda is like. Like the best option, but it was like so. But my mom, like her sweets game, like she makes the best chocolate chip cookies, hands down. No. And
see, that's when it's too hard. If you're surrounded by them.
And I know what you're thinking. No, my mom makes the best chocolate chip cookies. No, I guarantee you, my mom makes the best. So when I was in high school, we'd have like band, and so like I was in high school band, so like they made it like every grade had to bring like a different like. Snack or drinks or plates or whatever, like just a fair thing. And then somehow my age group always had like desserts and cookies and stuff like that. I don't know how that happened, but it is legit. And I don't think that helped me lose any weight at all. Honestly,
when really skinny people, most of the time they're just cranky. They're just hungry at all times. So I think it's overrated.
That's why I think I like get one of those girlfriends. And I think that, and I have to like walk on eggshells when I say this, like I want a skinny girlfriend, not because of like her appearance. It's because I know she won't eat a lot and I'll get like a meal and a half every time we go to eat somewhere.
There you go. Yeah.
It's like, it's not like a selfish, I mean, it is a selfish thing, but it's not like I'm judging her based on her appearance. It's just, I'm fat.
No.
And so
strictly just to eat more. That's all.
But as someone wiser than me once said, if there's nothing to smack, he ain't a snack.
Okay.
And then
yeah.
So I mean, it's a good saying for like Christmas and I don't know.
Right.
I've actually I had a cousin. He was the fat family member. Okay. And then I think he got diagnosed with like diabetes, and so he just lost a ton of weight, just from the obvious diet change. He's doing good. So I mean, he's skinny now. So I don't think we need to.
Okay.
Don't feel sorry for him. And then so that made me the fat member of the family. And so
you got bumped up there.
Yeah, I made the fat one. And so what I'm thinking is my cousin had a kid. Well, she has 2 kids, and I think the boy he spilled beer on me once. So I'm kind of like I don't really trust him very much.
Yeah.
Even if he was like 2. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna like figure out how to make him fat, like be the fat kid in like the family.
Yeah.
And I think I got some good strategies. Like I'm gonna say, "Hey," his name's Porter. I think I can say that. Hey, I bet you can't eat this entire box of Little Debbie's. And he's like, "I bet you I can." And so then he eats the whole pot, and that's like 3 million calories or whatever it is.
There you go. I think you're really onto something here. Plus, like. Everyone needs like an identity, so you're letting him be the fat one. You're being a good uncle or second cousin or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's first cousin once removed, which sounds stupid to say out loud.
Something like that. Yeah.
Which actually I have like a lot of like first cousins once removed. Like my dad was So my dad was like an oopsie baby. So he's like 16 years younger than my aunt. So I have an aunt who's basically my grandma. It's weird. And then so she had a kid at 18. So when my dad was like 2, I legit have a cousin who's like 2 years younger than my dad. And then they eventually had kids at the same time. So I have like cousins that are like the same age as my dad.
Okay.
It's so weird. Like just
that's
it's
okay.
not like messed up family drama, but it's just like, yeah, this is a little weird. And then my mom's like, she has 2 older sisters who are like a decent age above them, and then like she has also a younger sister. So like she was round 2 of the batch of kids.
Okay.
So I just
Round
have
2.
I have random cousins like my parents' age.
Okay.
So, do you have a messed up family?
Well, no. I would say as far as families are concerned, ours is pretty. There's always weird family stuff, right? But no, I don't know, pretty normal. Pretty normal.
So you're one of the lucky ones,
I guess. Yeah.
yeah.
Blessed.
No, but you don't have like a fat family member.
Well, we've all got. Every family has the fat member.
Yeah, mine just happens to be me.
No,
but not for long.
No,
I'm planning it out.
Our family, I honest to God, I'm super, like, especially during holiday times, I hear about people, like, oh, I got to go hang out with family and stuff. And they're, like they don't want to. And I absolutely love family time. We're all short and obnoxious and loud, and we have a good time. So.
I don't mind my family anymore. I think when I was in high school, or I was like super edgy or whatever, or just I had something in my ass or something. But now
That's
it's like,
that's just teenage stuff. I think everyone does that.
Now they think I'm cool because I live in Nashville and I talked. Yeah. And I met Shania Twain once, so they're like, "Oh, you're super cool." I'm like, "Thanks."
Yeah, you're in now.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like they think I'm cooler now. So I think they take me a little more seriously. My dad says I just matured, but I don't believe that. I don't think I've matured at all.
I've had the same mentality since I was about, I don't know, 3.
Mm-hmm. You're just like, well, now I finally like you guys, but I only see them like once a year, maybe. So it's like, So if I had to see them all the time, I'd probably hate them.
No, yeah, moderation is very important with stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. But I learned like I'm glad like with this quarantine stuff, like me and my parents are like not living together because that would be bad. I love my parents, but we're terrible roommates.
Yeah, bad roommates. Don't want to wake up the roommates.
It is one thing. It is kind of weird, just like, thinking like, some people like can live with their parents, and then like some people are like, I love my parents, I'm not living with them. Yeah,
that's, oh man, I don't know. It would be hard to go back. Mm-hmm. But I stayed home till I was like 21. I think I get along well with my parents, and really ever since like right after high school, I've just been like doing the music thing and like touring and stuff. So, at that point in time, I was like, what's the point of getting an apartment? A lot of my time's going toward music, which doesn't exactly bring a lot of money. I would have to work a lot to pay for it, or whatever. So I saved money. I stayed home. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, when you're touring full time, it's not too bad.
I don't think now I could go back. I like my. I just like to do whatever I want to do whenever I want to do it, I guess. So
I don't know. I enjoy pooping with the door open.
Yeah,
it's just like
eating beef jerky.
Mm-hmm. But like I live alone, so like my bathroom door never closes, and so occasionally I do like if someone's over and I have to close it, and I'm just like, man, it's really dusty back here.
Well, let me tell you, today actually, probably about like 6 hours ago, I learned I live here in East Nashville with our guitarist Alex, and then one of our good friends Elena. And today I learned the back of my underwear learned the consequences of having one bathroom shared between 3 people. So I had a lot of coffee, and it was time. But she was in there, and I didn't quite make it. So
I had someone once ask me, like, you shit your pants before? I'm like, yeah, I've shit my pants before. I'm not like, it happens. And then and they're like, what was the story? I'm like, the story's always the same. You thought you farted, and it was a poop. It
took the gamble. Yeah, I like to, I don't think I've shit my pants in a long time, but I've definitely shit my butt.
I have like the scary squirts where like there might be on the underwear or might not.
Yeah, you got to check. It's important to check.
Yeah, and then like you check and it's dry, and you're like, oh, thank God.
Thank God. Just move some sweat around or
You're
something.
like you catch it just in time.
Yeah. Got the clench there. That's very important.
Those are. I take like a medication like. It just makes you poop a lot, and I didn't know why I was pooping so much until one day I was like picked it up at the pharmacy, and they're just like, "Oh, the side effects is you poop a lot, right?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that, but that makes a lot more sense now."
Yeah, okay.
Like one of those things your body does, and you're like, "Well, this isn't causing me a lot of problems, so I'm just gonna like live with it."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then like I was just living with it, and it was funny if like you work a day job, it's like, "Hey, are you doing all right?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm just going to the bathroom a lot." So, but
that's better than the alternative of not going very often, right?
Well, I know here, like, you get the hot chicken, and I'm like, you got to take a Metamucil after you, like, have it.
Oh,
or
yeah.
else, I think one time I got, like, one level spicier than I usually do, and I was up every 2 hours that night. Like,
see, I do the hot, and that's enough.
I think I typically stick with mild, where it's like, it has a nice spice to it, but it's not, like, the flavor.
Yes.
Because it's weird to say, like, spicy is a flavor. Like,
it is with some things, though, I think.
But I love it. I love it going in. I hate it going out. That's just
That's never. That's always a little more brutal.
And you never think about it going out until after it's gone in.
And it's weird too. Like, usually, you like I don't do wings or like hot wings because I don't want that. Like, I'll do like the chicken fingers or something. But it's usually like a 4-piece Nashville hot chicken finger thing, and it's usually like first 2 fingers. I'm like, this is nothing.
It's like Frank's Red Hot is like the perfect level.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you put the right amount of sriracha on something, like if you don't overdo it, just lightly put it on, like it's perfect too. Because sriracha will take over a meal.
It will, and it can get really spicy. I've definitely gone overboard with it and gone too much.
Sriracha is pretty good. I haven't like used it in a while. It's just like I don't think of anything like I want to eat sriracha with ever. And then some people put on everything.
Yeah.
But I love. I think I figured out they sold it at Kroger's the Chipotle Tabasco sauce. Oh yeah, that stuff is like my favorite.
Most people just steal that from Chipotle.
Yeah, I don't know. I grew up super Christian, so I was like, I don't steal from people.
I don't steal it. I will say that I've fortunately the last 2 houses I've lived in, we had a roommate that was good at that. Yeah.
What's not that expensive at Kroger?
I was kind of secondhand stealing them in that sense, I guess, but it's good. It's like, but it's a weird thing when you get it to go because like, where are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Can I get like a little like container to like throw Tabasco sauce in? Ramekin or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've been to every Chipotle in Nashville, and I think I have opinions on all of them. Okay. I haven't been to one since I moved here, I don't think. Really? Okay. Wow. No, it's good. I like Chipotle. Yeah. There's also Baja Burrito, and that place is good too. I don't think I've done any like really big burritos since I've moved here, to be honest. I've eaten there's a lot of really good Mexican food around here, but. Yeah, I know. That's like Mexican food here is like the sleeper of like good food here. Everyone's like, hot chicken. I'm like, but Mexican food here is like great. Oh, it's phenomenal. Yeah. And the hot chicken. But the hot chicken, I can only do it every like 6 months or so because I've recently been on a binge of I think Party Foul is my favorite. Okay. So if anyone's going to ask me for a suggestion, I always say Party Foul. I'm not going to guarantee it's the best in Nashville because like people are like Prince's, they get mad at, and Hattie B's, but I'm like, I think that's going to be my choice because I've had all of it. I've lived here a while. Okay. I think I've had Prince's, Hattie B's. There's one right up the road from me called Slow Burn that I just tried. That one was really good. Oh, I think I saw that. I saw that yesterday. I was like, oh, that's a Casey Musgraves song. It was, that was good. And then there was, I forget the name of the restaurant. There was a restaurant in 5 Points that is no longer there. I don't Rest in peace, 5 Points. The Tornado, I don't think got it, but I think they just sold it or went out of business or something. But it was like, the name of the restaurant was like numbers or letters or numbers, I think. But they had good hot chicken, but they're not there anymore. So yeah, which is weird, like a hot chicken business going out. Right.
There's one near me called BJ's Hot Chicken, and it literally tastes like the ramen, like the spicy ramen, packets, like the seasoning. That's like what it, like they season the chicken with that. I'm like, I mean, it's not bad, but it's kind of like, is this worth it?
Yeah. Actually, my roommate Elena, she makes some great spicy stuff. She just made, I forget the name of it, but she just made some authentic Mexican. It was like a green chili something, and it was good. But I'm a little sniffly from it. But
you just like, it's like a white people thing, like spicy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That mayonnaise was pretty spicy.
Yeah, yes.
That's why like white people don't drink as much Sprite as other races, because like it's too spicy. It's like just spicy soda.
It's too crispy. For us.
Like, ooh, the McDonald's ones, like that just hits you.
I do. That's like my favorite. Like if I had a couple too many beers the night before, I'll go to McDonald's and get a big Sprite and just slam it down.
So I figured out they don't have it here, but in like the Midwest where I used to live, they had like Powerade at McDonald's. So if you're drinking a lot, you get that Powerade, and like you're set for the next day.
Where are you from in the Midwest?
So I lived in Kansas a good chunk, and then I went to college and high school in Missouri.
Okay.
So
I'm from Ohio.
Okay, that state's for lovers, I've heard.
Yes,
from a specific band.
Yes,
that's why I haven't been to Ohio, but I'm guaranteeing I'm going to be singing that song the entire time.
Yeah. We had Ohio has actually had some great bands like Hawthorne Heights, and then we had a lot of screamo bands come out of Ohio.
It's that Midwest emo.
Yeah.
So,
and then we had 21 Pilots. I don't know if there's been like any huge, like really like just like rock. I know we had a lot of screamo. We've had quite a few. I think like some of the big rappers out. Like I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. I think like MGK or one of those white rappers is from Ohio or somewhere.
I always call them all Machine Gun Kelly. If you're a white rapper and you're not Eminem, like you're Machine Gun Kelly.
You're Machine Gun Kelly.
He was in Bird Box, that movie from forever ago, and I was just like, he was in it. And I was just like, it's a Machine Gun Kelly lookalike, and I'm like, that's actually Machine Gun Kelly. So I thought, like 90% of the time you're right. Like if it's if you think it's Machine Gun Kelly,
it is Machine Gun Kelly. I thought he did good in. Did you watch the? What was it called? The Dirt, the Motley Crue movie.
No, but I need to check that out if he's in it.
He plays Tommy Lee in it. I think he did a good job.
Okay. Yeah. He's not someone like I critique, but it's just kind of like I don't want to listen to Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
You know, you say it like I don't think there's anything wrong. He's dating Megan Fox. That's just weird.
He's got it right now. He just put out is coming out. He did like a pop punk album with Travis Barker.
Oh yeah, they did a cover of Misery Business.
Yeah, that one I didn't like as much, but there are singles they released from the album I actually thought were pretty good. So I'm definitely going to give it a chance.
Okay, I need to check that out. But
I'll
listen to it.
I think they had quite a few like features on it, like Burt McCracken of the Used. Like they had like some of those good like emo.
Okay, cool.
Like, come in and feature on it. So I'll check it out. I grew up loving all that type of stuff. So
I'm a big emo kid. So
yeah, me too.
Okay, so we're part of the same tribe.
Yeah.
So it's like you can tell other emo kids like we're together in this.
In
this world. We're Midwest emo, so like we're a different breed.
Yeah, we're
not the Southern emo.
Right.
I just recently learned there was a difference between like Southern emo and like Midwest emo. I thought we were all the same.
So we get less sun.
True.
At least Ohio is very overcast.
I think the Midwest is too big because I feel like Ohio and Kansas are like two very distinct different locations.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing.
It's like you say, I'm like, oh yeah, Ohio's the Midwest, and then like I feel like, no, it's not the Midwest, and then I'm like, no, it is. Like geographically, it makes sense. So like, but like, and then because Midwest people, we have good senses of humor. Southern people didn't have a sense of humor, so when you're funny around them, they're like, "This is cool. I like this guy." And then like East Coast people are like, it's hard to make them laugh.
See, we went and did like a little East Coast tour, like just a little run, and I had heard that they're a little more blunt and a little more like rude and stuff out there. But in my circumstance, I disagree. They were all super friendly and really nice and everything. But I was totally expecting some of that New York, like, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Nice thing about they're really good. Like because I'm not one of those type of people who like wants to talk to people in public for no reason. Okay. So if you don't do that, like I can get along pretty fine.
Yeah. I know it's definitely moving from Midwest down to here is. Oh yeah, do people think you're rude?
Not necessarily. I've kind of adapted to the South.
Okay. I guess I've been told I'm very blunt, which I am for sure. I'd probably be a little rude, but
Midwest people can't. Well, I figured that out like when I go back to see my parents, and then like I feel like the South, like we're a lot nicer to strangers. You're just like just general Southern hospitality, nice, and so like. I'll like get food somewhere in like the Midwest, like I just stop there and like you talk to the cashiers, like have a nice day, and you like have this weird feeling that they're being rude to you, and so I'm just like, like when someone's just being like abnormal to you, I'm like this isn't how you make a human interaction. You just like, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in a different like geographical location now.
Yeah, people are less happy here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it is weird, but like figured out Southern hospitality. Like when you walk by someone, they're like, "Hey, brother," or something like that. Not most people don't say, "Hey, brother." But, Tim McGraw did to me once. That was really cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
I know. He's like, "Hey, brother." So we're basically family now. So
yeah, you guys are hanging out. I'm sure.
Yeah, we're hanging out. Besides that one conversation, but like you like when you pass by someone, you just like acknowledge their existence if you slightly make eye contact.
Yeah.
But like in the Midwest, you can just ignore someone.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes, I guess also. So like I grew up like born and raised in a small town called Plain City, Ohio, which the name does it justice. Tiny little corn town. And then I spent a lot of time in Columbus. Then we moved to Columbus, and that's an angry city.
Yeah. Ohio has like so many metropolitan cities too.
I've met some of the best people on the planet in Columbus, but as a whole, that is an angry city.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's named after like a guy who like committed genocide. So
yeah,
so like
yeah, maybe that has something to do. It's cursed land.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like, weren't they thinking about changing it for a minute?
They tried. They took down the statue.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I have no issue with the statue. I don't get people's issues with the taking down of the statues. I don't think.
Well, with the slave owners and like stuff like that, like with the Confederate monuments, I feel like, in my sense, it's kind of like, oh, I feel like just let's take the stigma out of it. It's like a country that declared war on the United States.
Right.
And so, like, you shouldn't be celebrating, like we wouldn't put up a Saddam Hussein statue or like an Osama bin Laden statue in America.
Especially like at 9/11 or like Ground Zero. I mean, we would never do that.
It's kind of, that's how I see it. Like, let's just take the controversial thing out of it. Like, it's a country that, tried to, that like attacked the United States. So it's like, it's a foreign country, and like, you still think about it like that.
Literal terrorism.
So that's where I say about it. But I feel like I figured out a compromise where we take down the humans, but leave the horses up, because the horses did nothing wrong.
Okay.
So,
that's a good, meet in the middle.
So
leave the horses.
Like, we could take that Nathaniel Bedford, like him down, but leave the horse up.
You know what? I actually think, that's like a really good idea, to be honest.
It's just like everyone wins. Like, everyone gets. I like to think of unnecessary compromises like that don't need to exist. Like, children aren't allowed to be attractive until they turn 18. It's just
Not allowed.
They're just not allowed to be attracted. Then, like, that solves everything.
That's the rule.
Mm-hmm. So, hearing that here first, I came up with that idea.
Yeah, that's your idea. Yep.
This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by GameFly. Most of you are already aware of GameFly, but for those of you who don't, it's the best video game rental subscription service for one low monthly fee. As a Twitch video game streamer myself, I know there are two types of game. One type is the game that you'll continue to go back to time and time again, like Breath of the Wild and Super Smash Brothers. And then there's those other games, you know, that you only play once and then never pick up again. And that is where GameFly is perfect. Most games come in at around $60. And, you know, these new AAA titles come in at $60. But with this link in the description of this episode, your first 2 months will only be $10. I'm a subscriber myself, and I played through Pokemon Sword, and I loved it so much that I wanted to keep that copy. And with just a click of a button, and you just pay the little extra money, you get to keep the game that you rented from GameFly. You don't even have to worry about anything else, and they'll go ahead and send you to the next game. I'm excited for the month of October. I will be getting into Luigi's Mansion because that is a very spooky game, and that's Halloween, so it's the spooky season, which I am super excited to play that game. I already got it in the mail, and I'm excited for once October kind of rolls around, I can start playing that game, and it's super fun and awesome. I love GameFly. Like I said, I'm a subscriber myself, but you can get your first 2 months for $10. You just got to use the link in the description of this episode, and you know what? Start playing those games. I had some other compromises, but I cannot think of them. Well, I guess one, if you're trying a new drug for the first time, just take half to start.
Okay.
And then if you're feeling it. But that's just more common sense than like an unnecessary compromise.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, a lot of that stuff takes a while to kick in. You don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, and I know from personal experience that you shouldn't do that.
Yes. Younger Colin was a very curious cat, so I know as well.
Well, there's like, you know, there's some drugs. I kind of feel like with cocaine, I'd be like, I'll try it once, you know. I'm just like interested.
Yeah, there's like, you know, like I'm not at all interested, never was in like crack or like heroin. Not to, you know, hey, everyone does their own thing. That's totally, you know, but I never had any interest in that. But, you know, young Colin definitely wanted to try shrooms, acid, coke, all that stuff.
So I know with like shrooms, like the psychedelics, I'm like, that will give me way too much anxiety. Okay. So it's like, I think, you know, you realize what you would be willing to try, what you won't be willing to try. You know, make some informed decisions, you know, study up your local library. Just like decide what you want. Hey, you got any books on drugs here? It's for a friend. But no, like, I feel like go through withdrawal on anything, like that'll make you not want to do a drug.
Yeah, or just go, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of that stuff, there's just such a, I guess I will tell, I'm not afraid to admit that like I fell for it. Like growing up, you know, like wanting to be in a band and all that stuff, and you look at all these rock stars and they were all doing all that crazy shit. It just made me think that I was supposed to do that as well. Mm-hmm. When really the hard, you know, when you watch these documentaries or you read these people's books and stuff, like the drugs did nothing but like either killed them or almost killed them. So I don't know why watching stuff like that makes you want to then do that, but that's, I don't know.
Well, it was like Super Size Me. That movie made me like, I was just like, we watched it. And, like,
dude, that made me want McDonald's.
I know. I think that's a fat guy thing right there. Man, I could really go for like some chicken nuggets right now. Yeah,
we watched that in foods class in high school. And I think it took like 2 or 3 days. And I think like at least 2 or 3 days, I got McDonald's after school.
I wanted it every day we watched it. I was just like, let's keep going.
I want those golden fries.
And I just wondered, why did I get so fat? And then maybe I got rid of Super Size Me, and that kind of pissed me off. But it's also probably smart marketing to remove that.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, just get rid of it for a little bit. I feel like that's what a lot of things do. You get in trouble, you're on the spotlight, you just lay low for like 1 month. Because the type of people to go after something online don't have the attention span of any longer than a month. So they just lay low and you just come right back.
Cancel culture. Annie Lederman, she's a comedian. She made up this thing where every time you say you're triggered, you say twiggered instead. Okay. And then that way it sounds ridiculous, just like you are being.
Yes.
Like, if you're like just being just an idiot, because like, it's like if you didn't have like we both did music growing up, so we probably didn't weren't the coolest kids. You probably were. You look like you were well off as a child.
I mean, I had a good time. We had a good time. We had
Did
a
you
small
do,
little
band in high school or?
I did not do band. I did. My parents had a deal with us, me and my brother, that if we did 2 sports, they would pay for our car insurance. So I did track and cross country.
That is a very Midwest thing.
Yeah.
My dad's actually a cross country coach at a college, so.
Okay.
I know. You'd think I know a lot. My mom's a track coach, and they were pretty good in college. Like, got scholarships and whatever.
Oh, I was very okay.
So you did cross country. So you
good.
were the long distance?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, my dad was the long distance. My mom was like the short and fast.
Okay.
That's one thing I know, because if they say they did cross country and track, most likely did the long distance. Little life hack for you. But you probably know more than me for some reason.
No, it was fun. I mean, track and cross country were fun. The getting into shape was always terrible, but and good God, I don't think I've ran any more than like 1 mile since high school. But
my dad, so he's the track coach at, it's like a small school, Missouri, Truman State, and so he because track, you can just compete against any school, whatever you want, like it doesn't matter. So I guess he was playing against Lipscomb and Trevecca here, and I don't know if playing is the right word, and so I was with him, and my mom was there with him, and then the cross country team, we went on the bus to go eat somewhere, and then we got off the bus, and I look around at everyone, cross country people. So and I'm and then it was so skinniest people alive, and then my dad's grad assistant,
normally the tall skinnies normally.
Yeah, and then my dad's grad assistant, who's just a thrower, who's ripped.
Okay.
So, not the long distance, but he was his assistant. And I'm like, man, I am the fattest person in this group right now. And it's hard to make my dad laugh. Too. So, I got him to laugh.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. That's important.
And it's really, what else went on? I went to that meet the next day, and I was talking with my mom, and I was like, what would make this a lot more fun if they could fight each other while they ran?
Yeah.
And my mom's like, it's a pretty noble sport, so I think fighting would kind of soften it. But I feel like it'd be a cool,
competitive cross country could totally,
I feel like it wouldn't, be a popular sport, but, it's like the basketball, when they have, the trampolines in there.
Okay, yeah.
So, it's, kind of like that. It's kind of like a gimmicky sport.
Yeah.
But I'd watch it.
Yeah, I would watch it. Yeah, I'm not really a big sports guy, but I would watch competitive cross country for sure.
Yeah, sports are weird. I'm weird with sports. It's hard for me to sit down and watch it on TV. But if
I go to a game of sorts, I have a great time. But I have never sat down and watched a full game of sports.
I can't. Football, I cannot, in very any form, watch football. And, especially on TV, those sports commentators are they're just, people just say stupid things, and we're just, they want us to, appreciate it. It's they say the stupidest things in football, and I don't know why they need commentators unless it's, on the radio. One guy, I think we were watching, some Georgia, I think was playing. Well, I was with my dad. And the sportscaster was like, well, if they're going to want to make a touchdown, he's going to have to catch the ball with his hand. I'm like, did you really waste your breath right now to say that sentence?
Thank you. Thank you for that. Yes.
And so, they just say stupid things the entire game. You don't need to be talking right now. You can just shut up and,
Yeah, we are watching it. Yes.
We're watching it. Unless, you're listening to it on the radio, we don't need to hear you talk right now. And a lot of them don't have some of them have broadcast degrees or whatever, are qualified. And some of them are just former athletes. And I don't think the after game interview is any good either.
Right.
It's just I'm not saying anything bad about the athletes, but pretty sure doing interviews and is not their specialty. I think their specialty is playing the sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay. And like some of them are just like, whatever. Like they're just half-assing it. I'm like, which I would do if I was in their position.
Yeah.
Like I guess we do music. So I interview people. So like we can kind of talk to people. So we're a little bit trained most of the time. Some people more than others. So like we know how to like talk but like athletes don't. And then they ask like coaches, like, so like baseball, for example, is like, so what do you think you need to do next time to, like secure that victory? Well, we need to get more hits in, get on more bases and just make more points. And like that's all they say. I'm like, there's only one strategy to like doing better in a lot of sports. It's just like, let's make more points than the other team.
That's it.
Like there's strategies in there, like maybe like let's focus on this because I think this will help us play better. But like at the end of it, like they're always just saying like, yeah, we got to make more hits and more runs. I'm like, yeah, we knew that.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we not? I don't know. I guess I'm weird in like you should remember to like use your words like to actually mean something.
Yeah. While there's like a lot of the world looking at you.
Mm-hmm. Where I don't like, I'm very weird. I don't give compliments unless I actually feel like it deserves being complimented, which makes me seem like an asshole to all my friends. So there's a trade-off there. But like, I actually kind of want it. Like when I give you a compliment on something, like if you do some good music or whatever, like I want it to actually mean something to you. Like I want those words to actually mean something. Yes. So
yeah, that's okay. When I said like, my friends have said I'm rude or something, for example, those, I was at like a gathering and I was talking with this dude and his band was about to release a single, but it wasn't out yet. And so was my band. So we emailed each other our singles and we're going to listen to them and, tell each other what we thought about it. Mm-hmm. But then like next weekend, I just didn't listen to his song. I just forgot to. But then I saw him next weekend and he's like, hey man, I checked out your single and I really liked it. And I was like, oh, thanks dude. I'm going to be totally honest. I haven't checked yours out yet. But everyone was like, that was so rude. I'm like, what was I supposed to lie to the guy? I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
That's great. Oh, thanks man. I like the compliment. I haven't listened to your song yet.
I didn't want to like lie to the man or I don't know.
Yeah. I mean like you kind of got caught. Like, one time, like I guess me and Travis Rhett is his name. Like we got our haircut at the same place, apparently, and so it was something like, should I go up and talk to him? And I was like, I don't know any of his songs, and so I don't.
I'm not even sure who that is.
It's a country artist. Okay. He's not. I don't think he's that bad. I just don't. I'm not that into country. So I thought it'd be funny, like, why don't you go talk to him? I'm like, well, I don't listen to any of his music, so eventually it's going to catch up to me. Oh, I haven't listened to any of your songs.
But I recognize you.
But I know who you are as a person because you're on a billboard, I see.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just like, nah, I'm not going to talk to him because that'll make me look like an asshole.
Yeah,
and
that's okay. I think sometimes, if it's a famous person that does get bothered, it would probably really actually be nice for them to talk to people that don't know who they are. Well, I guess you knew who they were.
I knew who he was. I just didn't listen to his music.
Okay. There was a time I was walking into Guitar Center, and I get out of my car and I walk in, and I should have put two and two together, but I had no idea. But I get out, and this big dude gets out of his car with another dude next to him. And he's like this long-haired dude. And there's this big line going into Guitar Center. I'm like, do you have any idea what's going on here today or something? And he was like, oh, I think it's like a meet and greet going on in there. I'm like, oh, who? Yeah, he said the name, and I was like, I don't even know who that is. And he was like, oh, it's the guitar player for, I think it was Megadeth, I think. I was like, oh, no, I have no idea. That's cool. He's going to be in there, though. And the guy was like, yeah, that's why I'm here. I was like, oh, cool. Then we both walk in, and then he walks straight back and goes and sits behind the table and starts signing shit. I'm like, oh, that's who I was talking to. Okay.
That's perfect, man. I don't know who that is. Is he any good?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't say like, oh, that guy sucks or something like that. But
I'm always worried about because most of the bigger names here, they're pretty chill, and most people here aren't people in LA are like, oh my gosh, I have to meet you. We're just like, what's up, man?
Right.
So
I've definitely seen Actually, the other day, my roommate she's a big fan of the band All Time Low.
Oh yeah, they live here.
Yeah. So she ran into the drummer at a coffee shop here, and she like showed me the picture of him, and I was like, oh, I've seen that dude a couple times around. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of it. Here in East Nashville we got so we got All Time Low. We got Black Keys. I think they moved here, didn't they?
Okay, I think so.
I think they moved here. They were from Ohio. Oh, that's a big rock band from Ohio, Black Keys. And then, oh man, for some reason I always draw a blank on this band's name for a second. Like Cigarette Daydream, Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. I always draw a blank on their name when I'm saying this.
Cage the Elephant?
Cage the Elephant, yeah. I think they're around here somewhere.
It's kind of funny, like you think about. I think about the bands. It's like, oh, are you in Nashville? Are you in New York? Are you in LA?
Yeah,
it's always one of them. And you're like, what if they're in Nashville? Like, I thought like Trapped. I wonder if they were in Nashville. Now they're in California. Thank God.
Trapped, yeah.
Have you seen that drama going on?
Oh man, that guy. See, I just don't think. I think it's just not smart to get. And it's honestly like, I have done it. I really try to remind myself to not do it, but I think it's just good to like not go that heavy with politics or just stupid shit like that guy was saying. Just man, you're gonna ruin it for the rest of your bandmates, and there's a lot of people banking on you to not do those things, and you're doing it.
I think the worst thing they've done is released a greatest hits album.
Was it one track?
Yeah, I was like, why? Oh, and then like I was on like just a Facebook thing, and then someone's like, oh, they're worse than Nickelback. I'm like, hold up, quit talking shit about Nickelback. Photograph, How You Remind Me, Rockstar.
I'll say it. Nickelback they rock.
They're self-aware, and that's what makes it okay.
Yeah, yes, I agree with that. I think Nickelback became one of those bands. I feel like they were the first band of this genre where it's like it's cooler to hate them than it is to like them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you know what? For a band to like, I'm not the huge fan myself, but I wouldn't talk shit on them just because that's the popular thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, they got some bangers, man. They got good guitar tones. Their stuff sounds good.
Yeah, they do have some good tones.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm a big guitar tone snob, so I can be like, I'll tell people, I'm like, your tone sucks. Like, if it sucks. I always say, like, I'm a slut for, like, big production. Mm-hmm.
I loved some of, like, the 2000s albums, like American Idiot, Black Parade.
I was just going to say like that. American Idiot guitar tones, like.
Yeah, just great all the way through.
My Chemical Romance, they're that's when, like, the Les Paul was, like, a big deal.
Yeah.
Like the Les Paul just like went away. Like people aren't using it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think music is like popular rock now is pretty much just pop. So it's not like really, it doesn't hit like it did, I guess. We're trying to bring that back, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm just in the mindset of a good song is a good song, regardless of really style. I grew up emo and pop punk, so that stuff's like always going to slap for me. But a lot of like the modern records can be pretty bad if like, and it is a weird thing. Like you're asking a band to make the same album like over and over again.
Right.
And then like, and you have bands like Paramore and Fall Out Boy who are like trying to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. Like, do you want them to keep making the same album or do you want them to keep going?
I actually think with band Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco, I think they got way better when they dropped the punk thing and went to pop.
Oh, a little bit with Fall Out Boy, I think Panic. I can't say there's a bad Panic album.
Yeah, I was talking with a friend the other day. Panic at the Disco is one of those bands that like anytime I hear them, I'm like, this is great, but I've never really dug in. I need to dig into some more Panic at the Disco. But from the stuff that I hear, I think that was a really good decision for him to go poppier than to keep that punk.
His voice, I think, just fits. Their like current touring bass player, her name's Nicole Rose. She is a beast at bass.
Okay.
And I say that because I'm trying to like highlight women musicians. But,
yeah.
But like I try to like recognize like because it's like a male dominated field. So like when a chick shows up, it's like this is like intense.
Yeah.
Halsey's guitar player is really good too. She's a girl. So I'm gonna list off all my favorite like female musicians.
Yeah, there was I don't remember her name, but there was a chick that was playing guitar for Alice Cooper last time I saw him, and she was like one of the best guitar players I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I don't remember her name though, but man, she could play. Yeah, that was great. Oh,
Evanescence. I think her name is Jen. I don't know her last name. She's really good.
Yeah. No, that's I think it's important. You're right. It's dominated by dudes, and I think it's number one. It's important to call a band good if they're good. You know what I mean? I don't like saying, or I guess sometimes like the term female fronted or something like that, or like to me like calling a band female fronted or like it's fronted by a person of color or whatever. That to me like it's important to support them. As long as they're good.
Yeah.
I think good music doesn't necessarily have anything to do. I don't think it should have anything to do with who is playing it. But it is important. It's good to recognize when it's there, I think.
Well, one thing is I think black people always do music better than white people. And
always.
And so that's why I get annoyed if there's like any sort of racism in like music, because like if you're going with any American style of music, like it all came from black people, like every style. So it's just like, why you can't be a music lover and not like black people.
Yeah. Well, that you just shouldn't think that way in general.
Except for Toby Keith is a weird one. Cause I don't know he's probably Republican but like he has this one song called Drunk Americans, which is like, it doesn't matter what your skin color or ethnicity is. It just matters that we're all American. I'm like, I like that meaning. I don't know why I like this so much.
No, I like that. I also, something I've really tried to work on recently is to quit putting, cause I would say I'm pretty centered with a lot of stuff, but I think being young and being in the arts and, growing up listening to punk rock and stuff is definitely going to make you lean left. So I think it's almost too easy to just say that like, oh, someone's a Republican, they're like racist or sexist, which I don't think that's the case. I know some of the best people on this earth that I know are Republican and not sexist or racist.
I'm assuming you're not talking about Ben Shapiro.
No, not talking about Ben Shapiro.
Did you hear he's moving to Nashville?
Oh, see, I saw something on Facebook the other day about doing like a WAP parade for him. But I thought he was just coming to visit. He's coming to,
he's moving I think it's the Daily Wire is what he owns. Like they're moving to Nashville. Like they're moving from Los Angeles to Nashville, which is like, no one wants you here. And I kind of feel like Nashville's, and you get these people that are like, they're moving here because Tennessee is a more conservative state. And I'm like, but you don't realize like Nashville is a pretty blue city.
Right.
Like, so it's really, that's going to be a little news flash.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think I just know I'm going to run into him somewhere and I'm going to be like, I'm going to ignore that guy. And somehow something comes to another and I'm interacting with him. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, I know you're married, but you're still a virgin. Like,
yeah, I know it.
Like, I don't know.
No, that guy's a strange. I think for anyone to, I don't know. I just don't think it's just, if anyone's really sided, I don't care if you're far right or far left. And if you have those type of shows, it just does nothing but divides the country more, in my opinion.
I kind of stick with more morals over like, political views is kind of, sometimes the morals seep through, but like I try to stick with someone's morals over their who they're voting for.
Yes, I think religion plays a very big part into that. I think religion is really what dominates most of what the right side tends to vote for. Just my opinion, I guess, on that. But that's, that should be a red flag. There should be separation of church and state.
I was reading something today. It was like both Republicans and Democrats aren't like in favor of abortion, but Republicans want to just ban it while Democrats want to make it unnecessary, which is like, I mean, like if you try to like talk about it like that, I feel like you could probably have a good conversation about it.
Yeah. No, I honestly think that, because I have friends that are super far left and I have friends that are super far right. And it's very strange to me because I will like say it's a topic like that. Or like I can bring up topic after topic after topic. And really, a lot of people are really on the same side as a lot of things. I think there's just a lot of division, whether it be media is doing it or whatever. Or like the second you pick a side, then you're you're supposed to then hate the other side, which I think is just really bad all the way around. I've never talked to someone that said that they would ever, like I have Republican conservative friends, at least like the abortion issue, they were like, I would never vote to not let a woman choose though. So I don't really know where some of those people are coming from. I guess I don't hang out with those type of people, but I don't know. I just think it's important not to get all whatever, but like this, we do want freedom here and like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if that involves an abortion, then that's your freedom to do so, in my opinion.
True.
Doesn't mean you have to get one. If you want it, go ahead and do it. I don't know. I don't care.
Well, I live in like that mindset. Like I don't know a lot about the female body. Like I'm
a dude, so I don't know.
I barely know how breast milk works, to be honest.
Yeah.
But one thing I was just like, so like, WAP came out and like people were like learning new things. I'm like, are we letting these people decide like how a women's body should be regulated? Like, are we doing this right now?
Apparently, I don't know, man. It's a tough pill to swallow for me. I think I was glad that my dad did this though, because we were having like a big political discussion, and like we watched the Hillary and Trump debates, and then right after that we went and he made us sit through the was it JFK? Was he the first president's debate when they had color television?
I want to say yes.
Right.
Sounds about the right time frame.
I think that's right. So then we watched that debate, and it was like topic for topic, the exact same thing. And he was just kind of like, "So what do you guys think about this?" And we're like, "Well, shit. Looks like nothing actually really ever changes ever."
So well, that's cool. But,
yeah, I don't know. It was like I don't know. It was good and bad because I'm like, man, I really want to get someone in there that can change things, but apparently it just hasn't happened. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's what I do think a lot about how like, what are they called? Not surveys. What's the thing when you sign a petition? I don't think petitions do anything. Like, don't waste your time on a petition.
Right. I guarantee you that politician doesn't give a fuck that 5,000 people hit the check mark on this email. I don't think that. I could be wrong, but I don't think.
It's like, go up to a celebrity you hate and like tell me you hate them and see if they even respond back to you.
Right. No, I don't know. It's very strange. We'll just have to see. I don't know. It's so weird to me, like with the politics and the stuff, because everyone gets so into it, myself included, like goes so hard with it during like election time and stuff like that. And then we just then don't care until the next 4 years. And then it's like, I'm bad at that. Like I get all worked up for the president, and then I don't really pay attention to like local stuff that it was actually more important. Like I fall for the media's thing to, you got to really go out and vote, when really I think your local stuff would affect me more than the president. But
I don't really argue too much politics anymore. I'm just, 'cause at the end of the day, it comes down to, I'm not going to argue with you why you should be a good person.
Right.
Like, that's that's all I can say. That's like one sentence to sum up why I'm not going to argue with someone.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to word it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, some issues, like with some issues, it makes sense. Some others, it's just like, figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Or it depends on the way it's worded to you or conveyed to you, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's strange.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Honestly, I think I saw a thing that people were trying. Another petition, I think, but it was like to have like Joe Rogan do the debates between Trump and Biden, and I was like, man, to have someone in there that would call people on their shit and add like a little humor to it and ask the real questions. I think
Joe Rogan would be great. I mean, like, thinking about like how a normal debate wouldn't probably work right now. Like, just a bunch of people like Joe Rogan. And I say this as a podcaster myself. Like, he's the best of all of us, and it shows. Like, the way his ability to sit down and talk to someone. I think I try to do that all the time. Where it's like, I'm just wanting to talk to you one-on-one as a human. Yeah, yeah. So I just think he's terrific, and people are like, I'm not into Joe Rogan. I'm like, watch the episodes or listen to the episodes when it has a guest you like on it, and you'll really enjoy those episodes. Because that's what I do. I just listen to the ones like with the guests I like. Yeah, for sure. And plus, he puts out like 3 a week or something like that. Yeah, he does like 3 hours, like maybe 5 days a week. Oh wow, that's no way can I watch all that. But yeah, if there's a guest on, or if there's a guest like Shapiro, that I'm just like, not to say that I'm just interested in what their conversation would be. So I think he does a good job at getting diverse people on there, and I don't know, I like his stuff. Yeah, I don't really see people's beef with. I don't get people's beef with the guy. Shapiro? No, with Rogan. Yeah. Well, I like the joke that's like he'll sometimes go on rants on like elk, like hunting elk, and then like weird conspiracy science like stuff. Like, an ape could just beat the shit out of a human or stuff like that. Like there's like these really weird rants like of stuff he's thinking about, like probably on drugs and like sensory deprivation tanks. That stuff's just like the kind of quirkiness I kind of like in him. Just like, man, you're just like an ape could just rip you apart. Like someone was like, what, a fight between an ape and a grizzly bear or something like that. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of his stuff. I've probably seen, 15 of his full things, but I like it. It's interesting to me. I think he gets on cool guests. So yeah, he's really good about that. But he's also like the #1 podcast in America right now. Yeah, he just got that huge Spotify deal. Yeah, I'm just like, I would take that deal. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone would just be like, would take that deal in a heartbeat. Yeah, I don't know who would. It's weird though, because it's like video on Spotify. Yeah, it's the only thing I've seen like that. So that's what's like I'm curious about, because there's obviously like I could see like getting exclusively audio only on like a certain platform, but then like his video too, because I feel like his YouTube videos don't have ads in them, but his like audio ones do, because I'm pretty sure they get revenue from the YouTube stream or whatever. So that's gonna be a curious thing. He'll still make more on Spotify. Oh yeah. And what was the deal for? Was it like 30 million? Let me take a look, but it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, it looks pretty good to me. I would have took it. Mm-hmm. This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by FNX Fitness. FNX Fitness is committed to creating innovative supplements of the highest quality that provide focus for a productive morning, energy to thrive all day, performance supplements to reach new goals, unique sleep and recovery formulas to support any sport, and healthy supplements to support an active lifestyle for years to come. They also have a fantastic clothing line so you can look good while you work out as well, which I always like to look good working out. # pray for Micah. We all know the drill. With your purchase of any product from the FNX Fitness website, they even donate a gallon of water to a child in need, so you know that each purchase you make really is helping someone out. Using promo code SchwegCast, or link in the description of this episode. You can save 15% off your order. Again, that is promo code SchwegCast or link in the description down below. Save 15% on some great performance supplements. I gotta look up 100 million.
100 million. Yeah, yep.
Like, it's weird like that he does stand up too, because he's obviously making a living on stand up, but like I'm pretty sure his just podcast is double probably what he makes like stand up.
Oh yeah. He probably just affects he likes it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, the podcasts are so easy. Like, I'm doing one right now because like it's pretty easy to do. Like, the worst thing is like scheduling guests. Like, that's literally the worst part. Everything else about it, like even having to edit the episode, like it's pretty, I can deal with it. But like, it's just literally scheduling someone to come in and sit down, talk, and record. Like, that's the worst part. And if that's the worst part of the job, like, it's not too bad.
Not a bad job.
Mm-hmm. And then getting sponsors, that part's just kind of a headache. But
how long have you been doing this?
Started in 2017, but they'll like go for a while. Then I'll have to take breaks in between.
Okay.
So we just reached 69. I think you'll be 72.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. Also, so we were talking about breast milk. I have a
Let's
couple.
Get back to the breast milk. Yeah.
I have a couple opinions on breast milk. Just let me know your thoughts.
Yeah, just playing devil's advocate, technically breast milk isn't unhealthy for adults.
Did you hear that?
Did you say isn't unhealthy?
Yep, it isn't unhealthy for adults.
Okay. If I had a wife and we had a kid and she was producing milk, I would definitely try it.
Oh, I definitely agree. I'd be like, give me a shot glass. I'm trying it out. I
would try it. But, other than that, I don't think I want any other woman's breast milk.
Yeah, it has to be a wife. And I think I was just talking to someone like, wouldn't you ask another woman to give her? I'm like, no. It's like going up to your friend's wife who just had a kid. Hey, can I get some of that breast milk?
Yeah, take a sip of your milk,
It's called getting canceled.
Yeah.
But I also have a second opinion on breast milk.
Yeah.
I just realized I had a couple talks on breast milk, so let's just enjoy the ride.
I want more women to post themselves breastfeeding their children on TikTok because it is a healthy thing. And any man who has a problem with a woman breastfeeding doesn't understand the benefits the kid gets from it, number one. Number two, if he's squeamish, he shouldn't be on stuff like this. And number three, it is 100% okay. It's part of nature. Because if you can't handle that, then how the hell do you handle needles and all this other stuff in life? I mean, grow the fuck up, people. Seriously. This is supposed to be an American app now, that everyone gets along and has a good time, not Mr. Oh, you did not do that. It's offensive. Fuck your feelings. Donald Trump 2020.
Oh.
That guy.
Well, he had me until the end.
I know. Like I don't get that either. But I've been doing a little deep dive on that guy. He actually thinks the whole world created coronavirus and ruined their own economies on purpose to make sure Donald Trump is no longer president. So,
God, good. Yeah, those people. The world did not join. Dude, if the world didn't want Trump, he would just be killed. Like, why would they do all of this? That's stupid. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I love my favorite guy. So that's who I get my news from. I don't no longer listen to Fauci or CNN or whatever else. That's just that guy.
Trump guy on the internet there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I'm happy I'm not as fat as him. So that neck situation, I don't know what's going on there. It's just like it's just dangling. So it's not like just solid. It's just dangling.
Yeah. That's just his older age, probably.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think his teeth can be German from his old age.
No. Probably have to replace those.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a fight before?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, yeah. Well, I had a brother growing up.
Oh.
So we grew up beating the hell out of each other.
Let me rephrase it. Like a fight that's not like a family member or a friend.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, actually, I got to go to court here in a little bit. A fight broke out in our house, and me and my roommate had to, like, it was a domestic, like, this guy was trying to beat on his wife in our house. So we definitely jumped in there, and yeah, there was a lot of blood, and the cops were called, and we got to go as a witness or whatever. So I'm waiting on that phone call. That'll be very exciting.
That's like, hey man, can you not beat your wife at my house?
Yeah,
like,
I would really appreciate to not, if you didn't beat your wife, but especially not. And like, what do you think? You think we're just going to sit here and watch you do this? Like,
jeez, that's
that's
a justified fight. It wasn't just kind of petty or whatever. Not the kinds of fights I watch on the internet. Yeah,
no. Other than like my brother or like close friends or like, you know, like a backyard football game always turned into like a fight, like an 8-person fight in the neighborhood or something like that. Other than that, no, I've never been in a fight.
Okay, well, tell me who you like kind of associate with it in this clip.
That is, yeah, he's just trying to wipe in peace.
I'd just be like, if I'm on the toilet, I'd be like, hey man, could you take this somewhere else?
Yeah, can you fight where I'm not wiping? That would be great.
God damn, that just like cracks me up. Just like, because you want to identify with the guy like filming the video, but honestly, in real life, you're the guy on the toilet.
Yeah, that would be me.
Mm-hmm. This that cracks me. I don't know why that is pretty funny. It's just
they were really getting after it. It looked like that.
I know. But at some point, I don't know. I like watching I'll watch like the World Star Hip Hop fights. You know, just one time I watched one. It was like in a Mexican restaurant, and so like there's just a big fight broke out. One guy like took one of like the toddler booster seats they have at restaurants. He threw it at a guy, but the guy caught it one-handed, and he just like chucked it at the ground. Oh yeah, and like they continued to fight, and like that was amazing. Yeah, that's got to be some of those weird. That guy was probably a dad, because I think there's something that happens when you're a father to a child that all of a sudden you can just like catch everything. There's like dad superpowers. I think he seemed pretty young, but I don't know if he still could have been a father. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I don't know. He seemed pretty young. I don't know. I haven't researched every fight I've watched. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I like the amateur fights over the professional ones. Just like, you know, it's more raw and emotional. Yeah, for sure. Actually, you know what? I think I've only watched one actual like fight in my life, and that was when oh man, I'm gonna butcher these guys' names. It was like the Irish dude, Conor McGregor. Yeah, McGregor versus he lost quick. But it wasn't Mayweather, was it? Yeah, that was. Yeah. Wait, you went to that fight? No, I just watched it. Oh, I was like, you were there? Oh, God. No, I think that's the only fight I've ever watched like the full thing of, and it was only like a minute. It's such a funny thing because like, oh, you're gonna face a professional boxer when you have no boxing experience. Yeah, that would have been a fun match to gamble on. Yeah. Like they did a really good job at hyping that fight, like all the trash talk and everything. Mm-hmm. They did a good job. See, that's where I think I could do a lot of good trash talk, but then when it comes to actually fighting, I just get my ass whooped. Just send someone else in for that. Yeah, I'm like I could ghost ride, I guess, for a fighter. Okay, yeah. That's if that's a thing, but actually that sounds like it could be a real thing. Yeah, probably. Well, let's be honest. Like, I don't think that these fighters are very intelligent because their job is to get their faces and heads punched a lot. So they probably need some help with some riding, you know? Yeah. I mean, they have the intelligence to know how to fight well, but like, yeah, I could see that. I might try to apply for some job. You know, is there like an Indeed link I could follow to like apply to be a ghostwriter for fighters?
Right. No, I think you'd be good at it.
Like my shit talk game, like I'm actually really good. Like I'll play with friends in like Super Smash Brothers, and I'll just like talk the most shit, and then get my ass whooped. Like it's just like
it doesn't matter if
floored.
you're good or not. You just got to be good at the shit talk.
I've never been in like a real fight because I just start laughing really hysterically. I'm one of those people who's probably have like a screw loose.
Well, they're always like the idea of fighting to me is just ridiculous. Like we can't figure this out, or like, I don't know. I guess that's why I've never been in a fight really.
Yeah, it's always just been me and my like your friends and family just like going at it.
Yeah, definitely with my brother, and then the neighborhood kids. We would all get off the bus and just play like football or like baseball like every day. Mm-hmm. And that just would always turn into a fight. But then you go back the next day and you do it again.
Yeah, see you later, man.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Yep.
But
yeah, man, there was one time we were playing football or something, and my brother did something. I was going to kill him. I was over top of him, strangling him like Homer Simpson style. I was going to kill him, and he was like, he found a stick on the ground and like jabbed it up into ripped open my eyelid, and that was a pretty brutal one. Me and my brother have had some good ones. We have a great relationship, but we definitely.
Yeah, you still have to stick my eye. We're cool though.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah,
it's all good. That's amazing. I think my brother threw a brick in my eye once.
Oh yeah, I think that's kind of what brothers are for.
Yeah,
in a sense.
I think I could whoop him now.
Is he older?
I'm
or
the
younger?
youngest, but I feel like I weigh more, so I could just sit on him.
See, I would definitely pick on my brother, or sometimes he just fucking deserve it, but we would fight. And then he started doing like football and wrestling, and he got like really strong. And then I'm like, no, dude, we're cool. Everything's fine. Like,
yeah, the cross country track guy versus the muscle building. Sports.
Yeah. I'm like, no, man. There's no need to fight. With peace, man.
Peace and love, man. Peace and love. Peace and love.
Definitely changed my approach there after. And he probably, to this day, and he's been in quite a few fights, so he can definitely kick my ass now.
So he's more of a professional.
He's the wild one of the two of us, I would say.
Okay. Do you know Dr. Phil's on TikTok?
No, I don't have a TikTok.
Well, you might have to get one after I show you a couple of these.
See.
Okay, here we go again. This is Dr. Phil showing his ignorance today, but I've been in quarantine, so I'm spending more time on social media than normal. So I've been finding things that I have no idea what the hell they mean. Come on, guys, you need to give me a translation guide. Here's one. Simp. SIMP. Now, it's like, I am a simp for Dr. Phil. I have no idea. I have no idea. This could be something really dirty or something really stupid. I don't know. I need help. Give me some help. Translation guide, please.
Oh, it's Dr. Phil. Do you not have Google, Dr. Phil?
I don't know, but he's a doctor. But no. So that was just kind of a warm-up for the best Dr. Phil TikTok I'm going to show you.
Okay.
And this one has been on my mind a lot, and I've really been wanting all my friends to kind of adjust their lifestyle based off this talk.
Okay.
So,
You have to stop commenting daddy on all of my posts. I ain't your daddy. I hate to break it to you, but I ain't your daddy. And your real daddy's probably getting his feelings hurt. I appreciate the support. It's a little weird, but I do appreciate the support.
so we all need to change our lifestyles.
He was so happy of it. You could see the bliss in his
He
face.
thought it was funny, so he's like, you have to stop commenting daddy on all of my posts.
Yeah. He seemed happy about that.
Yeah, I don't think my friend texted me, he's like, after I sent that to him, he's just like, I like to imagine that he sent that specifically to me. Like, you have to stop commenting daddy on all my posts.
Yeah. And then I'm sure with where the internet goes, that just made people comment daddy more.
Oh, I definitely commented daddy a few times.
Yeah. If I had it, I would too.
Mm-hmm. So you know how like the gender reveal party that like burned down California?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think I saw an actual good way to do a gender reveal party.
Yeah.
So let's just take a look at that. And I think this is going to be the way to save everyone.
Oh my! It had the poop.
I know.
It did the poop.
I really just want to know the logistics of that. So
Yeah,
bad.
was that like chalk that she had to stick chalk in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the worse it gets, FYI. So
yeah. You know, at least it didn't burn anything down.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I mean, yeah, they didn't burn down California, so like your gender reveal party was successful.
That kid is going to be the omen.
There is like something about that. Like, are we going to allow that couple to have a kid in this world?
Are they getting charged for that? Are they getting in trouble?
I'm actually maybe I should Google that. Gender reveal fire charges. Okay. Family who triggered a device at a gender reveal party that allegedly started a wildfire over the weekend in California could be held financially liable for the firefight. The couple who reportedly still at the park where the fire started when firefighters arrived. Okay, so it's up in the air. I mean, I guess the financial, but I don't know. Like, should we allow them to have children? Like, if you don't understand how fire works and you play with fire, like, should you
maybe
be allowed?
not? Maybe not.
And I just think about like how like anyone, it's so hard to adopt a child, but like we're letting anyone just raise their own.
Yeah, you know that's a good point. That's very interesting. Yeah, why is the adoption process so hard? But yeah, you have people out here.
It's like burning California down.
That's a great point. I've never really thought about it that way.
And then another thing about pregnancy, which I just learned.
Does your vagina turn green or blue during pregnancy?
What?
No, that's the first time hearing of that. Is that a thing?
I have no clue, and I'm too afraid at this point to ask.
Okay.
So
no, this is why we shouldn't be making laws about women, because we don't know about any of this.
Yeah, like if you could make that up and be like, I don't know. Yeah, that's
yeah.
It's definitely a yeah, that's why I don't think men should be making those laws. I'm like, it turns purple? What? You know, like, yeah, that's maybe something that we should take a look at.
Yeah.
I am under the water. Please help me.
That one's doesn't make any sense. I just think it's funny.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I just actually watched so in our living room here, like we bought a projector. It's a great purchase. It was like $60 or $70 or something like that. Now our living room's like a little mini movie theater. But we watched. It was an Indian movie, which I guess they call it like Bollywood. It's like the Indian Hollywood. We watched a movie called Bang Bang, and it was like 2.5 hours long, and it was I loved every minute of it. It was great. And
they end in a dance scene for some reason. That's like
have you seen it?
No, I just know every Indian movie or Bollywood movie ends in a dance scene for some reason. Like,
there was a lot of singing and dancing. They'd be in the middle of like a gunfight, and then you got to stop and sing and dance. I was very entertained. It was good.
I just like to imagine, like, you think about some American-made movies, like, what if that movie ended in a dance scene?
Yeah.
Like Avengers Endgame just ended in like a song and dance. Like Tony Stark just died, and we're at his funeral. Then we start singing and dancing. What?
I guess so.
Like that's weird. I don't know. I just think it's like weird. Like, oh, we're gonna end every movie this way.
I guess we just watched Jojo Rabbit, which is really good, but that ends in like a little dance number. But that was a great movie.
Sometimes it's like it makes sense, but like
the little like quirky.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, yeah, it makes sense to someone.
You get your nose pierced?
Yes, I do.
I dig it. I had mine. I had to take it out for a job that I worked at for like a month. I hated it, but I'm definitely going to get it re-pierced. I miss it.
It was actually a lot cheaper. I thought it was going to be like $50, and they were like, it's $25. I'm like, cool.
Oh, where'd you go?
I think this random place. I think it's Goodlettsville. I had a friend who lived out there. She was like, you should come here. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
So it was really cool. Then I realized you can just get a fake one.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I didn't actually have to get a pierced. I could have just got a fake one. But
yeah,
it's cool.
I've been wanting to get it re-pierced for a while now, but I'm also kind of thinking like with the masks, like I got to wear a mask for work and to go anywhere. That might not be the best for like the healing process. Like it rubbing up on it and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I should just go get it re-pierced.
Mine was weird. Like they told me like, yeah, you got to use like this like super weird soap to clean it out every day. I just use like my normal face wash and it turned out fine.
Mine healed like nothing had happened. My nose healed super fast.
It was weird because like I feel like the actual piercing of it was like didn't hurt at all. Obviously you felt
pushing
something.
The piercing through was what sucked.
Yeah, well, yeah, that part was pretty bad. But like afterwards, when it was just like swollen and like throbbing, I think that was worse than the actual piercing.
Yeah, with mine, he pierced it. It was fine. I had like the tear come out just from like the pinch of it, you know. And then he was like, as he was putting it in, he like messed something up, and he kept apologizing. And I wanted to be like, quit fucking apologizing and just rip it through. You're making this longer than it needs to be. So that part definitely hurt. But then after that, I don't know. But I've had a couple other, like I had my lip for like a month maybe, and that just sucked. It just hurt the entire time, and I just took it out. Mm-hmm. And then I had like up here or something. I had like a little loop up here. And that again, it just hurt for like a month straight. So I just was done with it. But I do miss the nose. I'll get it back here soon. Yeah,
nose you can do. You can either if you do. I feel like the septum doesn't look too good all the time. But I think like just a nice little loop on one nostril can work out really well.
Septum is not something that I would do, but some people look really good with it. I remember when it first started, I was like, this looks so stupid. But I think I've grown to like it.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't do it, but that's okay.
But I actually have a good old talk about septum piercings, which once I find, that's nipple piercing. That's not the one I want. Let me find it. Okay. Find it. Because I have a whole folder of just dumb videos.
Yeah. Would you pierce the nip? Would you get a nip pierced?
I don't feel like it's a woman thing.
I'm just terrified of I just hear horror stories of like taking your shirt off real quick and it tears, or like, that's just,
oof.
I don't know.
You have to stop entertaining girls with septum piercings, okay? It's the international sign of daddy issues. I don't make the rules, but get this. She's not going to be there. The trust issues are deep-rooted. Bonus points if she believes in astrology. Just get rid of her.
This guy. And then I said that to a friend. He's like, I'm actually seeing a woman right now who has a septum piercing and is really into astrology.
Yeah. Okay, so the astrology is, I enjoy making fun of everything because I think most things are just dumb. I think everything should be made fun of equally. The astrology, that is one thing that I want to talk shit on, but then I like people, be like, oh, that's blah, blah, or they'll show me something and I'll be like, damn it, that seems actually kind of true. That does make kind of sense. But I want to talk shit on it. I should respect people's beliefs, but I don't always.
It's a weird belief because it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's important to at least look at it, give it a chance, or like, with other religions or belief processes or whatever, with stuff like that. But
all right, so this is an opinion on a woman I think I could be with. So let me get your thoughts.
Let me make myself crystal clear. I didn't pierce my nipples for myself. I'd be lying if I said I did. I pierced my nipple so somebody's son can tell me that it tastes like a quarter. And that position's available. Just FYI.
That's a cool person.
Yeah, they're honest. They're honest, you know.
Yeah, you don't pierce your nipples for yourself. I feel like that's But I was actually weird because my parents would like never let me get a pierce. Would never get a piercing. They thought if I was like got my earrings or whatever, I'm like, you're gay. We're not gonna let you be gay.
Yeah.
And then now I got the nose ring, and then like I went to see them, and they just did not care. So.
Yeah, you know, I think that comes from like if you're raised like I was raised Christian, like you said you were, and especially if it's like a Midwest area. I think sometimes, honestly, we think our parents are stricter than they are. Mm-hmm. With certain stuff. My parents are super open and super like open to anything, you know. But I know that I had this thought growing up that I thought that they weren't, but they've always been super. They're just like, hey, just whatever, as long as you're happy and you're not breaking the law and not snorting drugs and shit, you know. Do you? You do you. Oh. Yeah.
Now, I also found another girl, but this is kind of a more my point of view, seeing this.
Oh my god, are these fucking Pokemon cards? Holy fuck. Is that a Charizard? Can I get a ho yeah? Ho yeah!
So yeah, I mean, real life.
That's what you want.
That's just how I imagine it would go down.
Okay.
I don't even have Pokemon cards, but I assume if I did, like if I had a Charizard specifically.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'll be like, oh my gosh, is that a Charizard?
Yeah.
And, well, she grabs her nips.
Gets ready to do a little trading.
Mm-hmm. Do you like any of the rock radio stations here in Nashville?
Yeah. Let's see here. Or okay, I guess yeah. I mean, I like Lightning 100. I think it's cool that they play local stuff. I don't listen to a lot of radio, to be honest. I do a lot of like the Spotify, or CDs. But I was driving our van, our 15-passenger van. The CD player doesn't work, and it doesn't have a way to like no aux cord or something. So Lightning 100, I think it's cool how they play some more like alternative rock, not just like your generic rock songs you hear anywhere else. And I like that they do, on Sundays do local music. I think that's important. Mm-hmm. And then what's the other one?
I think it's this one right here.
You're listening to your local rock station. All those other stations are pussies because they don't play rock. Hard rock. We play hard rock and we're rock hard. Up next, Maroon 5.
Yeah.
that one's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a very true thing. That's very true. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Radio is really important. You know, like my ultimate goal is to literally be the biggest band on the planet, which would then have me all over the radio and then would make people hate me because people hate successful people.
Yeah.
But
people hate unsuccessful people too. Like,
yeah, that's very true. I don't know. Radio has definitely, although, made me hate really good songs. Like a band's new album's coming out, or for example, Green Day's a band that like anytime they have a new album coming out, I don't know what happens, but it's like the worst song on the album is the single, and every radio station just plays the hell out of it. And I'm like, man, there's so many great songs on this album. They pick the tackiest, cheesiest one and overplay it.
I don't think Green Day is such a weird band because like I don't think they've made two like stellar albums, and then other ones are pretty good, but so it's I don't think it's they're in a weird position.
What are their two stellar ones too? Dookie and American Idiot?
That, I mean, critically. I'm talking critically. I'm not talking like I would say my favorite of theirs is Warning. I think that's a very underrated album.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yeah, those, I think everything up through, or I guess at least like Dookie through American Idiot, I think all of that is great.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And then I think 21st Century Breakdown had some good songs on it, but I don't know. I think that one seemed a little too much like they were trying to make another American Idiot kind of.
Yeah, I would say that too.
And then I liked the trilogy they put out. Did you listen to those?
Yeah, they were okay. I wasn't a big fan of them.
They were by no means like huge album, you know, for them putting out 3 albums in 1 year. I liked them a lot, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I grew up like worshiping them. So
yeah, me too. I think I had like 4 posters in my room of Green Day.
Oh yeah.
So
and then I actually really like Revolution Radio. Did you listen to that one?
I think there's a lot of good tracks on that. Still Breathing. I really like that one.
Yeah, I think that album to me was like, I was like, okay, they can go back to like these big sounding albums, you know, after the trilogy or whatever. And then their last album, you could tell, was definitely just to get off their record label. But
okay,
I still enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a good album. But again, you know, when there's a band like that you grow up loving, they could probably put out a really bad album, and I would still convince myself that it's good. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Do you deal with thoughts at all?
What do you mean?
Like the women thoughts?
Oh, oh man, I guess I'm at a point in my life now where I would say no. I'm at a point now where I'm looking for a nice lady.
Mm-hmm.
But younger Colin in Ohio, sure, that was a lot of fun.
Colin in Ohio sounds like that could be like an emo band.
Yeah,
that started off as a solo project and then became like a full band.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what Mill and the Hunks was. It was first album was just a solo thing, and then I really liked it. And like 3 people liked it, so I was like, oh, I should go for this then. I'll be very successful.
Well, here's live footage of me saying no to a thought.
Okay.
There he is. Forget it, girlfriend. He's only got eyes for God. Everything's got a price. But he's a Christian. Hey, Billy.
No.
Hey, Billy. No.
No.
That is like one of my favorite things ever. Any like all Christian movies. There's one, I got to remember it. It's like, what if I want to have sex before I get married? Well, I guess you're just going to be prepared to die. I wonder if I can find that.
Yeah. Did you watch Bible Man growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have that? It's probably on YouTube. Let me find it on YouTube. Yeah, it's just like... sex before I get married. Okay, there we go. And... okay. There's a 4-minute clip and there's a 7-second clip. Let's just watch the 7 seconds.
All right.
Okay. Found it. Okay. This is like what I send to all the thoughts out there in real life. So let's begin.
What if I want to have sex before I get married?
Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
It's like...
See, that's stupid shit right there is why kids get pregnant at a young age, because they weren't informed about any real thing. That's, oh man.
Some of them just wanted to die and then they ended up with a kid.
They were just trying to die. And
they're just trying to kill themselves. Like, what's the easiest way to kill yourself? Sex. Okay. I got it.
It's an easy way out.
But also, that lady looks like she's never had sex a day in her life, or like has ever been like turned a man on ever.
Yeah.
And that's my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it really is. Like we were saying, like the supersize me thing or whatever. Like, you know, like if you tell, especially like hormonal, puberty-ridden, angsty kids to not do something, they are fucking going to turn around and do it. Mm-hmm. Every time.
Yeah. That's why we keep calling Dr. Phil Daddy on the internet all the time.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Phil. Is he even a real doctor?
I'm going to look that up because I thought I saw something that said no.
I saw something that said no, but again, you can't believe everything people post.
All right, I'm going to read the first thing that comes up on the internet. Philip Calvin McGraw, born September 1st, 1950, known as Dr. Phil, is an American television personality, author, and host of a television show, Dr. Phil. He holds a doctorate in clinical psychology, but ceased renewing his license to practice psychological therapy in 2006. So,
He's a doctor.
So yeah, kind of.
He has a doctorate.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we could still call him Dr. Phil. He's just not like practicing.
Okay. That would
He's
be
from
interesting.
Oklahoma. I was wondering where that accent was from.
I've had family on Judge Judy. That was kind of cool.
Oh, you got to tell me that story.
So actually, well, apparently, if you go on, if they like accept your case and like let them air it, they actually pay you what they say. Yeah. Yeah. So it was like one of my family members owed another family member some money. They weren't getting it back to the person. So they looked into it and found that out, and they were like, hey, look, I'm going to embarrass your ass on television, but this way I'm going to get the money and you don't actually end up having to pay it. So,
okay.
Worked out. Yeah.
It works out. It's like I always wonder I used to wonder like what type of people would go on like Maury or like Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
And then,
I never thought I'd see family on there, but I did. So.
And then you start working like in a retail job and you're like, yeah, I know exactly the type of people who go on these shows.
Oh yeah. You worked in retail?
I have, yeah, in customer service. I worked at Target for a minute.
Okay.
I worked at my college bookstore. I've worked a lot of jobs.
I worked at JCPenney in the mall for a little bit.
Okay. My brother's actually a manager at one in like Kansas City randomly.
Okay. Yeah, that was, well, man, I saw crazy things in those fitting rooms.
Mm-hmm. Actually, a lot of the retail jobs I had, like, your coworkers were worse than, like, a lot of the other people who work there or who just go there.
Yeah, I mean, people, like, dudes would take in, like, a whole pack of socks just to make love to one and, like, leave it in there. People would, like, try on pants just to shit in them and then, like, shimmy them off, leave them in the fitting room. Lots of crazy stuff.
What do you gain by shitting in a pair of pants at JCPenney?
I guess they're fighting capitalism. One shitty pair of pants at a time.
I mean, the cum sock.
Yeah, the cum sock.
It's probably like a teenager.
Just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Man, I have a lot of questions. I just want to meet those people. Just, hey, I'm not mad. I just want to know why.
What happened? Yeah. Well, I think teenage boys, it's like the number 3. You know, like when you're a puberty-ridden boy, sometimes it's like you gotta piss or you gotta shit, or sometimes as a puberty boy, you gotta come. It's gonna happen.
Well,
you gotta go number 3.
I want to know why. Well, this was a new pair of pants.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, like white Levi's. They tried on just shit.
White. I'm just confused. Like, why would you take off your current pants, put on a new pair of pants, shit in said pair of pants?
Yep.
I'm hoping he wiped with the pair of pants.
I didn't really look very hard. I just saw the stool in the denim, and then called the janitor. Those poor janitors, man, they had to clean up. There was it was the summer before I started there actually, but apparently the senior prank to do of like the school by the mall was the girls would go to the mall and try on the most expensive dress they could for prom and then piss on it in the fitting room and leave it there. So I don't know. People are strange.
Where was this? I'm confused. I'm just more confused. I have more questions than.
Yeah, it's strange. There was also, man, there was a lot of feminine blood in those.
That makes a little bit more sense because I feel like leakage just happens, you know.
They would like to make a point though. They would like get it on the wall or like.
Oh.
Yeah. Because I was thinking
like, yeah, it drips out in a pair of pants. Like, oops.
Well, yeah, I mean that's going to happen. But some days it looked like there was a lamb sacrifice in there. I don't know. Again, mysterious. I don't
I'm
understand.
glad I wasn't working there. I wouldn't be able to like mentally function for, I need to take a week off. I can't like think right now.
I just can't do this.
What I'm doing.
Yeah.
I bet those women grew up to be this woman.
Hey, Mom.
What?
Hands up. Drop your weapon. Ew, Mom!
So they all grew up to be her.
That's the weapon. Okay.
Drop your weapon.
That's your child. Hopefully not.
But I'm still kind of like, I'm going to be shook about that for a couple of days.
Yeah. I did see.
Go on. I want to hear everything.
Oh, I was just going to say, I saw some videos of like, they were definitely doing it just to get a rise like out of their dad. But it was like girls would like start playing WAP and like start dancing. And the dad would just like get up out of the chair like, Courtney, no. All pissed off. I'm very torn. Like I think music should always like, it should piss you off sometimes. It should make you question things sometimes. That's like, but at the same time also I'm like, man, if I had a daughter right now and that song is number one, I don't know how happy I'd be about that.
I'd just be like, do not be the village whore.
Yeah.
All I ask.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Make men work for it. Do not give it out easy.
You want their respect. And
be a little stingy. Just do it. It's like, I know it's going to happen eventually. Just be cool about it.
That would be, I do. I want a daughter because I didn't have a sister or anything like that. I think that would be, I mean, I'll be equally happy with the son, but either way, I think a daughter would be fun.
If I got a choice, I'd rather have a daughter, but if I have a son, it'd be cool.
I would be so happy with either, but
I feel like if I had a son, I'd be like when he's a teenager and like his friends are hanging out with him at our place. I'm like, hey, dude, guess what? What? Had sex with your mom last night. And then all his friends would be like, oh!
Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun.
And, getting the praise from his friends would be all I want in life.
Yeah.
At that point.
Then you're cool dad.
I'm a cool dad. Man, his dad had sex with his mom last night. I'm like, yours probably did too.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. No, it would be fun. I definitely never thought I wanted kids. I think as I get a little older, definitely down the road, but I think it'll be fun down the road.
Yeah, I got to make sure like the girl is ride or die.
Yes,
I got to make sure she's not like, I don't know, maybe I should see someone else. I'm like, no, we're getting this together now.
Yeah,
I know you can get a divorce.
Maybe I'm not getting a divorce either. I made a promise. If we get married, I made a promise to you, and it's not going to happen.
I think what was one thing. I always think like I don't know if I want kids or not, but then I think about like how am I going to get a woman to commit to me, and it might be getting her pregnant.
That's the only way.
I'm like torn. I'm like I don't know if I want kids, but that might be the only way to get someone.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Mom, how did you meet Dad? Well, I knocked her up one night, and we got you, and now she's sticking with me.
There we go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all I...
That's it.
So, I mean, that's really the only thing I can really say in regards to that at all.
Yeah.
Have you ever make a hard compromise ever in your life?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure.
This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by Duke Cannon Supply Company's Beer and Bourbon Box. Duke Cannon hails from a simpler time, a time when the term handyman was redundant, a time when chivalry wasn't considered old-fashioned. Duke Cannon's purpose is simple, to make superior quality grooming goods that meet the high standards of hard-working men. In the history of great duos, the partnership of beer and bourbon is even more important to our way of life than mac and cheese or, if you're British, fish and chips. Comes complete with 3 big beer soaps, a deliciously scented sandalwood soap made with Old Milwaukee beer, a fresh citrus woodsy offering made with the Deschutes Fresh Squeezed IPA, and a warm cedar scent made with Budweiser, and 1 big American bourbon soap. And a rich oak barrel scented bar made with Buffalo Trace bourbon. A perfect gift for the gentleman who appreciates a fine drink and a distinguished fragrance. Use the link in our description to get free shipping on your order over $20. This guy had to make a pretty hard compromise, and I think it actually worked out.
My mom said I can't eat dino nuggies anymore. She said I need to grow up. That's fine, Mom. No more dino nuggies. No more grandma's ashes.
Oh my goodness.
Two can play that game, Mom.
I feel like that's like a fair thing, you know? Like
you met in the middle. That was very reasonable.
Sometimes you just got to reach someone in the middle.
Yeah. Oh man, there was one time we went back to a buddy's house after a Halloween party. We were all trashed, and we like all went as we got like Joe Dirt, like mullet wigs, and did like the cut off flannels, and our like character was pretty much just like walk up and be like, hey, you all make out, and just like real hillbilly, just real stupid. Yeah, I don't know. It was funny at the time, but then one of our buddies got like really really drunk, and we got like a ride back to his place to sleep after the party, and he drunkenly stumbled and knocked over Grandpa's ashes all over the carpet.
Oh my gosh.
It was so bad.
Yeah. You know what? No Taco Bell open right now. No more Grandpa's ashes.
Yeah. But it made me, I'm like, they didn't seal it? That seems like it should have been sealed, you know? Like,
yeah.
I would think something involving the remains of a dead loved one would be sealed, but this was not. Like the top just kind of popped off and out dusted tap.
Ashes are weird because it's like, yeah, I'd be cremated now. I don't need a burial plot. Then you're like, what am I going to do with the ashes? It's like, I mean, like actually tossing them somewhere makes sense. But apparently a lot of people want their ashes tossed to Disneyland and Disney World, and apparently it's a problem.
That's just gross.
I know. It's just like, I want to be dumped into the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I'm like, that's weird. Like, I'm more weird.
Yeah. I would want to, like, if I died, and you could, you have this on camera now recorded, but, like, I want to, like, I'm an organ donor, so I want to, like, donate, if I die young, like, not if I'm old and, like, my meat's bad, but if I die as, like, a young person, if there's a way, I know people are curious out there of trying human. I want to, like, donate my organs to science and my meat for food.
Okay.
Would you try me if I died in a car accident tomorrow?
Or are we talking deep fried steak, like
any way you want? Would you try a taste of me?
Well, I have your consent, so I might try a bite.
I would try it, but you might then get the hunger. Yeah,
I don't want to be a cannibal.
Yeah,
sounds like a lot of work. I like how my mindset goes to, I don't want to be a cannibal. It sounds like a lot of work. Like, I'm just lazy. That's why I'm not a cannibal. It's not because of any other personal beliefs. It's because I'm lazy.
Yeah, that's all.
Just like,
have you ever gone hunting or anything like that?
No. I mean, I played Fortnite, but I don't think that counts.
Okay. Yeah, like field dressing a deer. Disgusting. Like oh man.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'm glad that I was like taught how to do it, and if I ever get stranded somewhere and if I can somehow catch a deer, I know how to clean it. But oh man, it's disgusting. I couldn't do that.
I don't think I could kill an animal because I'd give it a name first, and that makes it way worse.
Yeah.
It's like,
no, I totally get that.
Someone could say, just don't name it. I'm like, I'll probably name it in my head.
It's already named.
Mm-hmm. I give everything names, and I'm like, I can't kill Bojack.
Can't do it.
Like, he's a good guy.
Yeah, it's no, the hunting's a very strange thing. I respect people's views on it either way. If you okay, unless people are like, if you eat meat but you're like fuck hunters, I think that's really stupid.
Yeah, I don't really. I can see why people like it. I don't get the deer ranking system where like, yeah, the antlers, that's how we determine how good it is. I'm like, what?
No. Well, that's called trophy hunting, and I hate that. That's terrible. You should go out to get food for you and your family, or, you can go out and hunt and donate food to needy people or, whatever. But the whole idea of killing something just to have like a head on your wall makes me sick.
I love deer jerky, but I also hate deer. So I'm fine with killing all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get the people who will like go eat like a McChicken, knowing damn well how those like chickens are like bred and raised and those things, but hate someone who goes out and shoots a deer in the woods. That seems a little ass backwards to me. But
I'm a little bit the opposite. I'm like, I don't want to kill it myself. I'm gonna let someone else do that.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. People don't want to go out and kill something. I mean, I if I get a deer, I cry.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Bambi.
Yeah, but then I eat it and it's delicious, and I kind of get over it. But,
Yeah,
but I do feel bad.
Deer jerky is the best.
Oh, I know, and like summer sausage. If you ever had that?
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Yeah, I do like it.
I know. But I also hate deer, so I'm okay with anyone killing those.
Yeah,
it's like I think the county my parents lived in, where I went to high school, was like highest population of deer in the United States or something like that.
Wow.
So like they just run out in front of the road.
Oh,
and you're just like, stupid deer. I'm like, I could easily just go. I actually probably could kill a deer. I think I could do that.
Yeah.
I can name it and then kill it. I think I could do that.
Deer, you can do it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually was like an animal Darwinist, where I think some animals are better than others, and we should keep that hierarchy. Like dogs are cool, cats are cool, pigs are cool, but we can still eat them. Horses are cool, deer we can kill all deer, mice we can kill all mice. A lot of bugs are on that list.
Yeah, mice and rats scare me, and snakes.
Yeah, snakes. I hate snakes too.
Snakes are my biggest fear.
I mean, mine are sharks, but I don't think we need to kill them. Basically, we take up different territories. If they start flying, then it's a different story.
Yeah. But we had a mouse that was in our traps today. A little mouse. We caught him.
Nice thing about one thing that's nice, if you have like outdoor cats hanging around, do not feed them. Let them just live there in peace, and they will eat all the mice, and it just like helps the area.
Oh yeah, we had outside cats growing up, and yeah, they were hunters, man. They were always leaving snakes and chipmunks and rabbits and mice, and they leave you the little gift to show that they're
like, I'm appreciative of you taking care of me.
Yeah,
but I also don't like that you don't feed me. So maybe you're hungry. I'm going to leave you some food.
Yeah, here's a little mouse head for you to show my appreciation.
Oh, but there is this one cat I'm actually kind of a fan of. Let me see if I can pull it up. No, that's not it. What is... I need to organize my folder better. Oh, here it is. Okay, but yeah, this is my favorite cat, I think. Well, actually, there's two. I'll have another one, too.
Okay.
Way too many specific topics.
What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Making myself a bowl? Christ.
That cat. And the cat looked like it almost kind of scuffed. Like, that cat doesn't like harsh language.
I just like, what do you think I'm doing? Pouring myself a bowl? Just like cat food. I've been like thinking about getting a cat. I just like think I should get a cat. Because like you can train them to poop in the toilet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's I've been looking up here. I think I have the video. Showed this on other episodes too, but I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. I would be all for it. I'm just allergic to cats, or I would be all for having one.
Yeah, I feel like that's the only excuse I would give anyone to not wanting a cat. I'm like, I'm allergic. I'm all right. That makes sense.
Yeah, I want to be able to breathe in my house. That would be nice.
Yeah. We had cats as a kid, and then my parents moved, and then left the cats at the old house. And okay, I don't know if I'm going to find the better video. But here we go.
No way.
It's pretty amazing. So what they would do is like they train it so first they would put like litter on like this whole little litter thing on top of the whole bowl so the cow would go there. Then you slowly like switch it out and so it's less less litter. And then eventually all the litter will be gone and the cat just goes. So all you'd have to really do is flush the toilet every once in a while.
That is, I would have never thought that cats could do this.
Oh, no, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, dogs are a little trickier, but I've seen some do it. But no, it's like pretty easy to train a cat to do it. It's just kind of it takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
And then you don't have to like get a litter box or anything, which is very convenient. You just occasionally have some poop in some toilet.
Yeah. From time to time.
Time to time, you just find a little cat turd in your toilet, and then good. Here's another cat I'm super interested in. Just in my mind, I think about this cat a lot.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch Tangled. Today, but once I got out Disney Plus and put my laptop down, this little man here decided to start screaming at me until I turned on Aristocats. This is the 7th time he has watched Aristocats. He watched it 2 times yesterday. He gets upset when the movie pauses or glitches or ends. Any vets or like cat experts want to duet this and tell me why he likes Aristocats so much? Can he understand it? Does he get that there are cats on the screen? Does he like the colors? Why does my cat like Aristocats so much? Gatsby, why do you like this movie so much? He doesn't do this with any other TV show or movie, like just this one, and he will like yell at me to turn it on. Why does he like it so much?
He loves it.
I'm amazed, just like like when animals. 'Cause I think my friend's dog was like really obsessed with Milo and Otis. Like just was glaring at the TV watching the movie.
I didn't actually. I thought I heard something that like they couldn't see like the dimensions of like the TV or something, but apparently they can.
Yeah. It's Aristocats though, so one time I tried to get my aunt's dogs to watch Oliver and Company, and I don't think they were into it.
No, not a fan.
So yeah, maybe they weren't into that era of Disney movies, but maybe someday they'll they'll get back to it.
That's funny. I mean, it sounds to me like that cat knew exactly what it was watching.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, yeah, it's cat. That's like a weird thing. Too. Speaking of using the toilet, has this ever happened to you?
Dang it. Hey, dude, can you hand me some toilet paper? Yeah, sure. I'll give you one sec. All right, thanks. All right.
Oh, my God.
That makes me laugh so much. It's like, dang it. Thanks, man.
Oh, I'm just thinking about crawling on that bathroom floor. It's disgusting.
Yeah. It's been weird. Like, I've not used a public restroom in so long, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah, like I'm my body is used to, like, I wake up, chug a coffee, do my thing, hop in the shower. So I really don't have to. Like, I'm not sitting down on any public toilets, which is nice. But that was something I had to get over. I used to be like a really bad germaphobe with like public toilets until we started gigging around and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I do have to poop. So
yeah, I just my butt decides. I don't get to decide.
Yeah, not up
I
to
feel
me.
like if we all got a choice, like we would never use a public restroom. Like,
yep.
I feel like, and that's just a general rule.
They're. I mean, if you think about them, they're disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh yeah.
Better than a porta potty.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever had to, like, change clothes in a porta potty?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Terrible, though.
Just gonna, you don't need to. I have, and I can tell you it's not good.
By choice.
Just telling you, if you ever get the option, don't.
Okay.
It's like at the Nashville Pride Festival, like last year, they had like gender neutral porta potties. I'm just like, what?
Aren't they all gender neutral?
Yeah, all the porta potties are. I mean, I just feel with single use bathrooms, you don't need to specify it's gender neutral. Like we could easily just assume that.
Just call the bathroom.
Do you want to dictate it?
Well, that was to be progressive and to be,
I love being like progressive, like when you don't need to be, just to be progressive.
Yeah. With the
like they could have just let the porta potties just there, no sign or anything. Just be like, yeah, I don't know, whatever you're gonna poop or pee out of, just do it in here.
Yeah, this is where you do that.
This is your time to shine.
Yeah, this is all you.
But I do feel like if you have to take a really nasty shit, like you got to do it in a gender neutral bathroom. So if a woman walks in there, just makes her question her politics and her beliefs, and
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yes, I'm not like religious, but I've watched a lot of it.
Okay, there's one where they tackled like the bathroom issue. If you haven't seen it, it's a good one.
God, that whole show is just ridiculous.
I love it. I love how they literally just make fun of everything and
it's
get
like,
away with it.
It's like almost like an R-rated Seinfeld. And
that's kind of how I describe it. Yeah, it's like Seinfeld but adult.
Yeah, it's Seinfeld for millennials, maybe a best way to describe it.
Okay, yeah.
So it's it's so. And then was it milk steak, whatever that is?
Yeah.
God, looks so gross.
I know. I love it though. I that's like, I have a hard time getting into like serious shows or like dramas, or like horror shows. Like, I don't know. They lose my interest, but you give me a good comedy like that. Like, or I was like a big fan of The Office, or like Always Sunny, or I love Seinfeld, stuff like that. But it's just really dumb that doesn't overly have a big plot.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch a show that gives me a good time. I don't want to like be sad. I'm like, this is bumming me out. Yeah, or like Walking Dead, I loved the first couple seasons, and then it got so bad, in my opinion. Just got a little predictable and boring, and I gave up. I don't hear much about that show anymore. I think it's still going, as far as I know. It's kind of, I don't know. I just feel like there's an actual. I mean, we're pretty much in an apocalypse right now, but like, if it was legit like that, I'm like, you want to survive? Like, I don't know if I even want to be here like right now when things are normal. It's just like, you want to be alive, like, let alone after all that. I run out of booze and coffee. I'm like, I'm just gonna die. Like, honestly, I don't think there's any. It's bad. Yeah, okay. If it was a zombie apocalypse, everyone you know and love is dead. Even if the world returns around, you'll be an old man by the dude. I would just like lock myself in a bar and I think I would just drink until I died. Yeah. I mean, that's sometimes what I do right now, so. Yeah. It's not really changing anything. Yeah. Or that would be the time I would try heroin. I would try it. Yeah. Yeah, I would try it. Try a lot of things. Yeah. Or like if I had terminal cancer and was like in pain, I would try heroin. You know, be sure to get all my goodbyes out of my system. You know, I'd be like, all right, you know, I have till the end of the month to live. These first 2 weeks, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Next 2 weeks, I'm doing heroin. Not bad. I'm going to say goodbye, then I'm going to do some heroin. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. Sounds like a good Tuesday afternoon. I mean, it's got to be an amazing high, right? I mean, that's because it has to. Yeah, there's some drugs, like, you know they're good. Like, yeah, that's got to be great. That's why I think, like, cocaine, like, that stuff has to be good. Like, it's not for me. I've tried it a couple. It was really popular in Columbus before I moved. But unfortunately, like a lot of people I knew were dying from it. Unfortunately, and it's like a lot of the drugs in Columbus were getting fentanyl in it and stuff. And it's like a 15-minute high. So it's like, but it's very euphoric, so you just want more. Yeah, and it's just like
the way I look, like we lost a very close friend. He got coke and there was fentanyl in it, and to me it was just like, and I tried it like a couple times, but to me it really opened my eyes to like, okay, is watching like a mother and family like bury their son worth a 15-minute buzz. Like, it's just like, that's the most selfish, shitty thing. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
really kind of bummed me out.
Sorry, we'll go to something else. But it's just, it's really stupid and really, really not worth it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I just know I like caffeine, so I'm like, I bet I'd like it.
See, I get really, I get overwhelmed very easily with like I can't do espresso. I need a cup of coffee when I wake up, but if I have like two, I get like jittery and overwhelmed. I was prescribed Adderall for a while.
That's just concentrated meth.
Yeah, right. And I think that probably like messed up my ability to like. I feel like anytime I get like too energetic, it just kind of reminds me of that. Because I was doing pretty much legal meth for a couple of years. I just don't like it. Yeah. That's why that's why I like booze, or like I'm not like a big. I can definitely like take or leave weed. I've never been like a big.
Yeah, I'm more of an alcohol guy. I feel like I hate when the weed guys look down on you for being an alcohol guy. It's just like we're both just getting buzzed. Like
and mine's more socially acceptable, so leave me alone.
Yeah, it's like I can go places with this.
Yeah.
Speaking of marijuana or edibles, this woman is someone we all know, but has taken a 20 milligram edible. I feel like we all know someone like this.
Coming out to get you. I'm coming out of the basket and I'm not a snake. Hey there, I'm not a snake, but I feel like I'm gonna go back in, coming back out. Woohoo!
That is me if I eat edibles.
Yeah, I mean, I know multiple women in their 40s or 50s that if I gave them an edible, like a pretty strong one, that would be them, like in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, well, that is what. Yeah, I do like. I wish it was legal here because I do like edibles for like in a sense of like I've got everything done that I need to get done today. I'm going to sit down and watch a movie and go to bed. Like that is prime edible time. I would do that pretty often, I think, if it was legal here. Like during the week when I gotta wake up and work the next day.
Like for sleep, they're perfect.
Yeah. But smoke, man, from smoking it can give me some really bad paranoia sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's my problem with it too. It's just like I get like freaked out.
Yeah, it's so hit or miss. I'm like it either like I feel great or I feel absolutely awful, and there's like no in between. Mm-hmm. Like I could never like smoke and then go and try to like sing in front of a crowd of people. I would be so self-conscious and weirded out. Oh no way!
It would sound like a Weezer song to me, and be like, "That's how Weezer music makes me feel."
Yeah.
But I gotta know. Have you ever dated a woman like this? Because I know a friend who has.
Everyone asks me if I'm a Satanist, but it's pretty bold of you little fucks to assume that I'm not God.
Yep.
Yeah, we all kind of know someone like that. It was my friend's ex. And he was on the show a couple episodes ago, so I'm like, hey, this is just labeled as your ex in my folder. And he's like, which one? I'm like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, you'll know.
You'll know. Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, this guy actually. Let me pull up this guy. He's probably the smoothest talker I've ever seen in my life. Like all women love him.
Good morning, my queens of TikTok above 18. I love you all. You guys are gorgeous. Get up, get out of bed, get that day going. Send them videos. We love them.
Wow. Save some pussy for the rest of us, dude.
Yeah.
And his in case you want to follow
God.
him, his username is @user27033596. So if you want to follow him on the TikTok, that's his username.
Easy to remember.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy to find. So you just gotta look it up. So you don't need to look very hard. You'll find him pretty quick.
That he looks like every drunk biker in like a saloon ever. He just looks like that person.
True. He seems nice though.
Oh, he'd probably honestly, a lot of those people are actually always pretty nice to you.
Yeah, you meet some. I was actually thinking this is a weird train of thought I had. So like back in June, when police were still as awful as they always are. I was thinking like, the Hells Angels seem pretty cool. Maybe we should hire them as bodyguards. Then I looked into the Hells Angels. It looks like they are actually Nazis and racists. So probably not the best bodyguards to hire.
Okay.
So,
well, it doesn't sound like they're very different from police, but
true. But I feel like they'd be a lot cooler if they weren't so uncool.
Yeah. That was definitely. I was, sharing a lot of. Just blatant videos of just blatant police brutality. But that was really dividing my Facebook timeline there for a bit. I actually had some family members unfriend me. And it's like, what are you upset at me for sharing these videos of these cops being a piece of shit?
Yeah, I don't get that.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go like the full. I'm not gonna go like the full sided thing, like all cops are bastards, or like fuck all the police, or But come on, there are some awesome cops out there, but come on, they got to be held responsible. Is where I stand.
Yeah, actually, I think I trust this guy with my life.
I guess I am a simp. A samurai infused with massive power. You disrespected Pokimane. And for that, you will pay the price. Forgive me, Pokimane, for I'll have to go all out just this once.
See, that's who we need. That's who we need protecting the streets.
Yeah. Watch a bunch of guys. No, there's this guy. Let me find it. He actually broke up a fight with a sword. Let me see if I can find it.
Wait, was it in one of those riots?
No, this was a while ago.
Oh, okay. There's some guy during the riots and the protests came out with his sword. I was trying to chop up people, and then he got shot 18 times or something like that.
Pretty cool guy.
And that's the way to go, I guess.
All right, this is it.
Now to an amazing scene caught on tape. Look at this. A sword-wielding vigilante comes to the rescue on light rail. He stops two men from beating up another man. Now police are taking a closer look, and we are as well. ABC 15's Brian Webb is live at a light rail station with more on this. And Brian, talk about some amazing video here.
Yeah, it certainly is. We know it was uploaded to YouTube on October 13th. According to the Post, the incident happened around 2 a.m. somewhere around here. We're at the station at Central Avenue in Camelback. Now, we don't know who these guys are or what they were fighting about, but we sure know how it ends, with the tip of a sword.
He just had it. He had it on him. He's ready to go.
So those men pounding on the other guy pretty good. Then out of nowhere, a man wearing a hat, earphones, and long coat draws a full-length sword of some kind out of somewhere, points it at the men, and seems ready to use it. And it works. The two guys stop punching their victim and get off the train, and it is all over. The passengers I talked to today say for the most part they feel safe on light rail. Most have seen an incident or two maybe, but nothing like this.
That guy was there for a reason. I feel like, there's no accidents. Yeah. And he was totally there for a reason. And I feel like, hey, dude, wherever you are, rock on.
As you can imagine, this has gotten the attention of police and light rail officials. They are trying to figure out who all these men were and what was going on. As soon as they figure it out, we will let you know.
Holy cow. Interesting to say the least there, Brian.
So wait, there was one. Oh, man, that wasn't the right one. There's one they actually interview the guy with the sword.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm more safe with the sword than without it. I'm like, what?
Here, let me plug my phone in here real quick.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. This episode of the SchwegCast is brought to you by Honey. Honey is a free browser extension you can download using the link in the description of this episode. Honey searches the entire internet for promo codes, coupon codes, free shipping, and anything else that will save you money when buying things online. It is 100% free, and at no point will you have to pay for it with any microtransactions. It's just as simple as pressing a single button, and you can start saving money. It's that simple. I use Honey myself. I've been using it for years, and it's a great way to save money on pizza. It's a great way for me to buy audio equipment online. It always saves me money. I've gotten 40%. I've gotten 50% even before. It is so great. I love Honey, and you will too. And if you don't use Honey, it's basically throwing money away. So use the link in the description of this episode. Install it on your web browser, whether that's Chrome, Safari, Opera, whatever it's called, and start saving money on things you buy every day anyways.
All right, we're ready to rock.
Okay. Well, here's a fun clip. So this is the town my parents live in. They have like a local news station, which is pretty bad. But they used to like wish people happy birthdays, and then then this day happened and they stopped doing it. So enjoy the ride.
Hey, it's time for birthdays. Let's take a look right now. We have Cindy Swanson. Happy 50th to my sister in Ottumwa from your family in Harbinger. They love you. And happy first birthday to Corbin Williams from your mom, dad, and Bailey. Let's see, Trenton Morgan. Happy 9th birthday from your grandpa and grandma Olson. And Melba Wilcox. Love you, Mom Bunches. Hope your day is special. And Elaine Kramer, happy birthday, Mildred, from the Flower Girls. We lost count of which birthday this is, but wishing you many more.
Riley Drake, happy birthday from your friends at Preferred Family Health Care.
Love them.
Eric Clark, happy 40th birthday. Love Jenny, Carly, Mary, and Corey. Stacy Woods, happy birthday to my little brother.
Yeah.
Ellen Clark, to a wonderful wife and great-grandmother. Love Ryan, Jessica, and Kyle. And Bob Dale, happy birthday.
Scott Phelps, happy 32nd birthday. We love you. Love Holly, Mom, Tammy Vaughn, Joshy, and Libby. Lou Bricken, happy. I hope your big party goes smooth. Love, Beth. And let's see, Gabe Asher, happy birthday, Gabe, from your mom, dad, sister, and your brother. Dixie Normus, happy 48th birthday to you. And Emerson Biggins, you'll always be my girl. Happy birthday to you as well.
Craven Moorhead, happy 21st birthday. That's been a while for me. You came a long way. Anita Lay, happy birthday to my sweet little girl, Anita. Mike Hunt, happy birthday to my hubby, Mike. Anita, hooray. Happy birthday, Anita, from your favorite son-in-law. And Lena Jansen, happy 90th birthday.
And here we go. I forgot. We got some anniversaries here. Donna and Harry Mo Lester, may this anniversary be our best. Let's see here. Mike and Julia Hawk, 23 years ago on this day, I found you. Love, Julia. Esther and Emma Royds. We love you too from the kids. Amy and Willie B. Hardigan, happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. Love, Joseph. Bill and May Ann Nays, happy anniversary to Bill and May Ann Nays. And then Hugh and Mar Erection, happy anniversary to us. To you, love, honey, from Martha. And, of course, we look forward to celebrating birthdays and anniversaries with you.
Yes, and if you have one that you'd like to share with us on the air, mail to...
Yeah, they stopped doing those birthdays after that.
There was so many in that one.
I know. They got so many and they didn't even notice. Like, they didn't filter it through. So that's probably the biggest significant thing, besides this dude offering Arby's gift cards for sex. That's like all that's going on in my parents' town.
Hey, well, they got the meats, you know?
Yeah, that's funny. But he was like a church elder, like super against gay people. And then he was offering guys sex for Arby's gift cards.
It's always it's always like the old men that are super anti-gay that are sneaking it in.
Yeah, well, the best part was, so I went to high school with his kids. Well, actually, so funny story enough, I'll start with this. So I learned about it when I was living here, and I just see Missouri church elder gets arrested for offering Arby's gift cards for sex. And I'm like, oh, I wonder where Missouri it is. And so I found out it was like the town my parents lived in when I went to high school. And I'm like, I wonder if I know that person. I'm like, I know his kids.
That's gotta be.
They were assholes to me in high school. So it's like, I got that, like, you know, when you just let like the world get revenge for you.
Yeah. They got their revenge.
Yeah, I think they're good now.
Or you got your revenge, I guess.
Yeah. So I was trying to find him where he worked, like one of his kids. And I just kind of go up to him like, man, I'm thinking Arby's.
Oh. Yeah. Just keep it going.
And then there's a clever line like, whose dick do you have to suck around here to get some Arby's?
Yeah.
And then, so I had a lot of ideas.
Yeah, you locked and loaded there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, no. Those two things are pretty much what keeps that town going, I guess.
I guess, the guy that used to cut my hair growing up, he's in prison now for diddling.
Ew.
I guess that's kind of my only story close to that. Yeah, he's a diddler.
And he cut your hair.
Yeah, he never even tried to make a move on me, though. I'm kind of...
Isn't that kind of offensive? Like,
yeah. Was I not hot enough of a...
When you're around, like, a known pedophile and, like, they didn't hit on you?
Didn't even make a move.
Man, that's just, just cold shit right there.
Right,
like,
right.
I'm like, man, am I that ugly as a kid? Or,
yeah. Jiminy Christmas. But he did... He played guitar and stuff, and I grew up playing drums. He did a couple times ask if we wanted to jam or something. So maybe that was him making the move, but it never happened. So that's
yeah, man. We should totally jam sometime, and then not.
Right. Sorry,
was he any good at guitar?
I never played, so I don't know.
Okay. Probably, I could imagine he probably sucked. I get around like a lot of people. Yeah, we should jam sometime. I'm like, yeah, man, let's set that up.
Yeah. What do you play?
Guitar, drums, piano, bass, ukulele. I play a lot of things.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah. What happens when you're lonely as a kid?
Yeah. You gotta figure something out.
The bigger loser you are, the more things you play. So.
Okay.
And plus, playing in church, you gotta know everything.
Okay. Playing in church.
Playing those church bands.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's how a lot of people started.
That Midwest emo lifestyle.
Yeah. Yep.
Dude,
what did you start with?
I started playing piano as like a little kid.
Okay.
I'm probably better at guitar, but I'm not like entirely sure.
Okay.
I haven't taken a proficiency test or whatever.
See, I would say I'm confident in saying I'm a great drummer, and then I'm okay at like bass and keys, and I'm getting better at singing as I go. Mm-hmm. But my thing that I'm the best at is like frontmanning, I would say.
Yeah, singing's a weird thing because you could like practice, like you can put a lot of reps in, but like you could just stop taking care of your voice all of a sudden, and then you just start sucking really bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you realize, like, hey, you don't have to yell the entire time you sing. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, that was actually the hardest thing for me to try to remind myself of is at a show. Because you got everything flowing and all that stuff, and you're commanding the crowd. Then it's hard to be like, okay, now take it down a notch and sing, or you're gonna blow your voice out.
Mm-hmm. But you're singing into a microphone, like don't have to project yourself at this moment.
Yeah. That is definitely, if I can critique myself, that would be my biggest.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I'll have a vocal coach that'll teach me all that stuff. But I'm like self-taught with everything so far. So,
I mean, yeah. So I always like wonder when people are like, man, I wish I could sing. I'm like, I've seen a lot of people think they can sing. Like, you probably can. Like,
I really think anyone can sing. I mean, you just got to find how you sing and not how the bands that you like sing.
Like, this is how you remind me.
Yeah.
Guys, just sing like that. That's the best way to sing.
Yeah. No, that is funny to me. It seems like genres of music, every 10 years, the singers sound the same for 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like the 80s, everyone was hitting all those high pitched notes and
like Axl Rose.
Like that. And yeah. And in the 90s, everyone was doing the grunge. In the 2000s, everyone was trying to sound like Tom DeLonge. And then
it's so weird. Tom DeLonge has such an interesting voice. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing with Blink-182 when like they put like Mike Skiba or whatever his name is. Like, and like he doesn't have like Tom and Mark like have such unique voices that to like try to even like replace one of them is just so weird.
So I'm a big fan of Alkaline Trio. So when I heard that Matt Skiba of Alkaline Trio was going to join Blink, I was like, okay, this might be really, really good, because Alkaline Trio is like a heavier, like a very dark, kind of like a gothic punk band. And I thought Plus 44 was like real kind of like dark and somber, like Mark's side project thing that he did.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, those two working together, this might be a really cool, like dark, very adult Blink-182 record. And it was the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, they went like super pop. Well, I think he's a really good guitar player. I think they play a lot better because Tom's like, you don't even know if Tom's like fully there or not.
He definitely, I think, just gets trashed and doesn't care with Blink.
I got a regret right now. That sounds kind of weird.
I was able to, I saw Blink right as they got back together. And then I saw them on like the Neighborhoods tour. So I'm glad I at least got to see him twice with Tom. But then I've seen him with Matt twice. And the music is tighter.
Yeah.
But like, man, he just can't sing Tom's parts. Like I think he tries to sing them like Tom instead of like himself. And you never know. Maybe both nights I saw them, he was having an off night. But I've seen live Alkaline Trio videos where he sounds phenomenal. But I thought he was bad vocally with Blink. I thought.
Because like if you're gonna sing like Tom's part, you either have to sing it your own way or like sing it like Tom, and neither of them like could really get it right. I feel like. So yeah, I think that's kind of the conundrum, and Mike's voice isn't like compared to Tom's, like it's not as like unique.
Yeah,
like, Tom has a super unique voice. Like he made fun of it, but
I think he like ungrits his voice, because in an Alkaline Trio, like when an Alkaline Trio song comes on, I know it's them from the voice, because like it's the gravelly like punk rock raspy cigarette voice. But I think in Blink he like doesn't do that. I don't know. Like listen to an old Alkaline Trio record and then listen to Neighborhoods, and California, and it's like he's like singing in like two totally separate voices.
Yeah, and so yeah, it is weird. There's like rumors like he's not in Blink anymore, and Tom's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, people would eat it up, but I think I'll believe it when I see it with their.
Then they had that weird tour with Lil Wayne. That was weird.
Yeah, well, I thought what was really weird about that tour was they were doing the 20-year anniversary of Enema of the State, but without Tom. I'm like, well, you can't do that. It's one thing to go tour and replace him, but to do a 20-year anniversary of like their biggest album and like and missing 1/3 of that was just kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not really. I don't know. I like to say it's not really Blink-182 anymore without Tom. Because I feel like sometimes you have a band and then you think of like if one member leaves, it's not really that band anymore.
Especially if they're doing 50% of the songwriting, 50% of the singing, you know?
And especially it's such a small band too.
Right. Do you like Angels and Airwaves?
Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them.
Yeah, I think they really need to start doing different sounds though. Like I think the first 2 albums were phenomenal. I think Love and Love Part 2 were good. And then everything, or I guess the Dreamwalker album, I don't know. They just need to like. It was awesome to hear them go from punk rock to pretty much like U2. But now, like I've already heard it, and I feel like I don't know. They need to like really do something weird and different with their stuff. But I do think they're a good band.
Oh yeah, I used to get them and Hawthorne Heights randomly mixed up for some reason.
Okay.
And I don't know why. I don't know. I guess the name's somewhat similar to me, or like
just one of those weird things.
Yeah, and they'd sound completely different.
Okay.
Man, I love Hawthorne Heights. They're so good. You're lucky to be from Ohio. That state is for lovers, specifically.
Yes, or for lovers.
Apparently those guys are really nice, from what I've heard.
I think I would hope that a lot of musicians are just nice. Just a lot of people, I guess, in general. But I don't see what like, I never get why, like, people, they get famous or they're rich and then they're just an asshole. I'm like, you have the coolest job on the fucking planet. Your job is to, like, be loved and make a lot of money. Yeah. Why would you be an asshole?
I feel like you'd probably an asshole before
Okay.
all that. I would make that point. I feel like it's hard to, like, that's a whole, like, huge personality shift, I would say.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't think people change, like, that big over, like, I would say maybe 5 years. And, like, we change over a while, but mostly we just become less stupid.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I kind of feel like I don't see any history where Axl Rose was a cool guy.
Yeah. No, people like that have just been shitty the entire time.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know how. I guess you sang like a girl, so we liked you.
I think the 80s, like that decade, was the epitome of like the terrible rock star attitude.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think. I feel like even right after, even in like the 90s and stuff, you had like the grunge, like the punk scene was kind of becoming popular to the masses. And I think a lot of that stuff was so anti that 80s like mentality. It just like went away real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes actually a lot of sense, because like I don't see Green Day being super shitty guys.
No, I mean, everything I've seen or heard about them is they've always been really cool.
Mm-hmm. Except for that one time Billy got drunk at the iHeart Radio.
I loved that video, though. I thought that was awesome.
God damn it! Really? You're gonna cut me short for Usher? I kind of feel like that's justified. Like,
yeah,
I get that. Like,
he also was on like a fuck ton of like pills and alcohol.
Yeah, I never knew he was on. He used to do meth. Like, I never like knew that.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess that's like their whole. A lot of the album Insomniac is about can't sleep because he's on meth.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense now. It's kind of like one of those things where you're like, oh, I knew he like smoked weed and like drank a lot, but then it's like, oh, I didn't know meth was in there.
His teeth. If you look at like, I remember looking at like the insert of the Nimrod album. Mm-hmm. And like seeing his teeth, and I'm like, what the fuck is up with this? And then like, you just look into the lyrics, and you're like, oh, he's blatantly doing a fuck ton of drugs.
Yeah. But, I mean, a lot of things make a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
I knew Green Day, like, the name of it came from smoking weed. Which is,
yeah.
I used to try to justify myself they were a Christian band. I don't know why. Just to make myself feel better.
Okay.
They had that song Church on Sundays. I was like, they're Christians.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay, I'm 26.
Okay. Oh, wow. So we're the tail end of the millennials.
Yeah.
So
no, I remember I remember I would watch interviews of like Blink and stuff, and like Tom would say that he's a Christian. Mm-hmm. So I remember that I would definitely have like some conflicting. There was a punk rocker in me at like that young age that wanted to be like, I liked hearing the F words and the stuff in music that made me feel cool. But then there was the other part of me when I was like really young, and I was like, no, I really like Blink because Tom's a Christian. But it was like, but they have songs about like fucking dogs and fucking grandpa and stuff. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, and then there was such a big like Christian pop punk emo scene.
Yeah.
And so like that influenced a lot of everyone. So you just kind of assumed most bands were Christian. I feel like a majority of them at least said that they were. I don't know if it was to, a lot of them aren't anymore, but a lot of them like stuck with that for a while.
Do you still have your faith? Are you still Christian?
I would say I'm more spiritual, not religious, but I'd probably fall in that category.
Okay.
So I don't go to church anymore though, because fuck that shit.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
So
yeah, I would say that I'm. Yeah, so I definitely went through the like a little punk rock like definitely no God there for like a little after I just stupid phases of whatever. But now I'm definitely like I think there's something, but I don't necessarily. I would probably say I'm like textbook agnostic. I'm super open to it and super like I do think there is something, but I don't know. Maybe it's just aliens. I don't know.
I always feel like weird with like atheists is like there's definitely no God. I'm like you can't say there's definitely like we don't know everything.
Yeah,
like, you can make a valid point either way, but like I feel like being agnostic is kind of like the like probably the smartest ideology to have because like you're like I don't know I don't fucking know like that's all you say.
To me, to be like super gung-ho in a religion and not question it is kind of the exact same thing as to be super gung-ho in like atheism and not question it.
Mm-hmm.
You just like make your mind up one day, this is what I'm going to do, and then don't have any more questions pretty much.
Yeah, and I try to live by like a lifestyle like we're all not going to believe the same things, so just deal with it.
Yeah.
So like and like people are so gung-ho about like we all got to believe the same thing. Like that's not true.
Absolutely not. Even in like whatever Bible your religion has, it's gonna not. It tells you to be accepting of other people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The only religion I really know a lot about is Christianity because I went to a Lutheran school up through 7th grade and then was up and raised by Christian parents. So I can't really talk about any other religions. I don't really know anything about it, but I can definitely tell you that if you follow the teachings of Jesus, he wants you to just be a good person.
Yeah. And I think that would be more like where I fall in line with like, even if the idea of if Jesus was not a real person, I feel like those ideologies were like super good.
Yes.
And so like, even if it's not real, like if you follow what he did and like kind of what he talked about, like for the most part, like you're going to end up being a good person.
I wish there was a Bible study, but like a non-Christian Bible study. I would like go to that, like a fellowship of like the teachings of Christ. But if it was just like, this might be true, it may not be, but this is what he taught, and this is cool.
A lot of the more like progressive churches will be like that. Once if they accept like homosexuality, like you could probably have a good discussion with a lot of people.
Yeah, because to me, like my thoughts on it are like, man, that whole thing has been like the Bible itself has been changed so many times, and it's so open to interpretation and stuff. So like, I guess I don't necessarily believe that like Jesus was the Son of God sent to be the ultimate sacrifice. But in the Bible, it says if you don't believe, that's the only way to get to heaven. But I don't know. I think it would be good to just look at the teachings, but take the Bible itself, like figuratively.
Yeah, well, I like to realize that the Bible was not written by God. It was written by man, like humans. And so like probably going to be some wrong shit in there. But the thing with like, Jesus, the Gospels, like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, it's the idea that like these are people just like writing down everything Jesus was doing, and a lot of the stories match up. So like you can verify at least some of them are true because of two people, even if the story's slightly different, like if it's majority the same, like it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it's super. I've definitely kind of came back around with it. Like I said, like I was like definitely never questioned it. Was just like a very strong young Christian man. And then definitely questioned it and kind of turned away from it. And now I'm like, no, I shouldn't hate this thing. That's just because I changed my mind on it, I shouldn't ignore it, or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, definitely.
It's the most
makes a lot of sense.
It's the most sold book in the world. So a lot of people see a lot of faith or truth in it. So I don't know. And then, there's certain scientific stuff that adds up to it.
Oh yeah.
And they found bits of like the ark and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah. And there's like some scientists say there was at least a flood that like flooded the entire earth at one point, and
yeah,
a lot of weird things. And then there's other accounts of Jesus that aren't in the Bible. Like, so I mean, like, you just can't say it's all true or not true. I'm like, you weren't there. It's like when people get like try to debate like how the earth was created and like the universe. I'm like, no one's ever gonna fully 100% verify what happened because no one was there.
Right.
And no one living today was there either. So we're never going to know the actual 100% answer. We can just theorize on what it is and like make some good guesses.
I agree with that.
So like people are like acting like this is 100% true. I'm like, were you there? Was anyone else there?
Yeah, those literally, there's no way to, and who was there to like write down what God was thinking as he was creating the universe? Someone literally just made that up.
So I'm going to start with heaven and the earth. And all right, that's day one. All right, cool.
That's enough for one day.
I want to build the ocean first. I think that's going to be a little bit easier. Don't make sure the water's not drinkable, though. It's not drinkable.
No,
it's not drinkable.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people that need it, but it will not be here.
I have been thinking, like, they talk about, like, let's colonize Mars. So, like, for clean drinking water or something like that. I'm like, we should be able to, like, we can filter seawater, can't we?
Yes. Yeah, we need to be, I agree with that.
No, like, we just do that. We have plenty of that.
Right.
Got to filter out the trash that we threw in there, but yeah, we could do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's why I was like, when people talk about, like, water or stuff like that, I'm like, let's just figure out, like, an efficient way to filter ocean water.
Yeah, there's so many things that could be, like, we would have no more, like, wars involving oil if we could just create engines that could run on fucking salt water, which we have an abundance of. Like,
I feel
there's
like,
so much stuff could be fixed by water.
Convert us to hydrogen or something like that, yeah.
There's so much that could be fixed by just taking out of the earth is what, like 70% water or something like that? Or
yeah, like our bodies.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot could be fixed if we would. But that goes into the whole, I've read stuff of there being people who invent like an engine that runs on water and they go missing, stuff like that.
Like we can't have that. We got to use limited supplies.
Right.
That's why I wonder if they actually did release the water engine or whatever. It's not like a Joe Rogan podcast now. Like they did release like a water engine, like what would that mean for gas prices? And that's why I think like, why don't we, if we move to solar panels, like if we just get solar panels in everyone's homes and like everyone's house is like self-sustaining, with electricity, like what would that mean? Like get rid of the electric company, like Nashville Electric Service.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, but I don't know. There's always rich people always find a way to screw poor people.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think, something that it's a really hard pill to swallow, but I think I've swallowed, like in a sense of like, for example, like when Bernie was running and he's like, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to, change all this stuff. The hardest pill to swallow is no way would the system let someone come in and redo the system.
Yeah, I mean, like I support it, but it didn't seem like maybe if you maybe would have got one or two things like that a lot of people like.
I think the people, like the powers that be that are like way up there, they're just too powerful, and it's very unfortunate. But I don't think there's any way of some new guy, some new hot shot coming in. Not that Bernie was a new guy or hot shot, but like anyone coming in and like, I mean, think about it. If you're some rich, greedy asshole, would you let me come in and redo your thing so you make less money? No fucking way. No way.
It's pretty straightforward. Like rich people, they run the world and our government.
Yeah. It's important to, I don't know. It's important to like, I voted for him in the primaries and stuff. Like, show that you support this guy, but then it just would have just never happened. No way would it have ever happened. He's actually the only politician I've ever gone to go see speak.
Yeah, I wish I would have got to see him. You know, I've been telling people look, you should feel good about voting for Joe Biden. Just don't act excited about it. Just
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. To me, I'm not. I will say I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm just voting against Trump. That's all I'm saying.
Best thing.
I do not think that man is fit to be president either, but he would be less shitty and less. There's just been such a social tear since Trump has been in office, and that's been the biggest thing for me that I can talk about. Like, you know, you can talk about, oh, he did this, well, it's better for the economy, blah, blah, whatever. But if you completely ignore the whole coronavirus thing, I have not witnessed in my life really any big drastic change from any president financially. But I will say there's been a giant social tear since he started running that I've never witnessed before.
I've been telling people with Joe Biden, I think the pros really do outweigh the cons, and to figure out that I feel like Joe Biden.
I was talking about Trump. I mean, when I was saying that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. I can feel that. Yeah. But with Joe, he surrounds himself with pretty good people.
Yeah.
It seems like Barack Obama picked him as a vice president.
Right.
Like, you think about that for a second, and then you think about people he's going to appoint, Supreme Court justices, and you got other people cabinet members, right. And then Kamala Harris is pretty cool. So it's just you think about that, those people, the really important people, he's going to choose, that's enough to make me yep, I'm going to vote for him, and I'm pretty happy about it. I'm not excited, but I'm just not going to act excited.
To be realistic, the president himself or herself doesn't have, a lot of it's the people that they're surrounded by, which you're right. And that, I would much rather have Joe in there, even though he can't put a sentence together sometimes. He'll be surrounded by people who can, and that are going to do good progressive things instead of backtracking everything.
Yeah. So that's just my opinion on everything.
No, I agree with it. Yeah, I'm voting for Joe, but I don't. It was like how I did with Hillary. I didn't want to vote for Hillary, but I did.
Yeah, you just do it. Yeah,
I just don't want Trump in there. He's just as bad for. I don't know. It just made people
Planet Earth.
Yeah, Planet Earth in general. Yeah, he's such a divisive character, and he's such a powerful. Just the name is so. There's so much power behind that name. Because it's it seems like there are very, very few to almost no people who are in the middle with that guy. It's people are either I fucking love Trump, fuck these libs, or people are just fuck everything he's ever done ever. He's such a weird character. He gets people worked up just like that. Just saying his name gets people so worked up. It was I had shared. There was something that he passed that he did an executive order thing of bringing insulin down to pennies per day. And I shared that. I was this is fucking great. And then I still had people fuck Trump, blah, blah. I'm man, you can't even, okay, yes, fuck Trump, but why do you gotta, he did something good here. You can't even acknowledge that.
You can shut up for 5 minutes.
Yeah, there are people dying of this.
You complain about the bad things.
Yeah.
So, well, let's raise the mood. Have you ever been to Femboy Hooters?
No, but I actually just went to Hooters for the first time on Saturday.
Ooh, I bet it was nothing like this.
Hello, welcome to Femboy Hooters. I might be fat as fuck, but I still throw it back like a dumpster truck.
Oh no.
So that was your experience at real Hooters?
That was kind of how I looked after I left Hooters.
Mm-hmm.
I had 16 wings. They were delicious.
Dude, wings are good. I saw a grandma posted, took my grandson out to Hooters to see some ass, and might as well just show him mine. And they're all no ass.
Oh, no, the waitresses there were very attractive.
Oh,
nice ladies.
I always feel awkward, because they're being nice to you because it's their job, and I'm like, and then there's like that part of me is like, maybe she really likes me.
Yeah.
Like in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe she really does like me. And then I'm like, no, maybe she's just being friendly and being nice.
And she knows, too, the nicer she is to you, the more of a tip she's going to get.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. What I always just do, I always do like 15%, so.
Okay, see, I work in the industry, so I start at 20. Even if you suck, I'm going to give you 20.
I sometimes, 15, and then I might round it up to the nearest dollar.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a very, very real, at least for me, there's a very real karma that happens. Like if I go out and I buy a round and I tip that bartender really well, next day I work, I'm going to get an awesome tip. Like it's like, it comes right back.
Karma, yeah.
It's really weird. It's very real.
I know with bars, what I like to do, tip a lot at first, like for each round, like get a good one. So then the bartender likes you. And then, do a normal amount.
Yeah.
So
see, I just do like, I'll just start a tab and pay at the end. Because drunk me can get way too generous with tipping. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, I do want you to make money, but also, man, if I just got off my shift and I gave my entire money to you to tip you, I shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. But I like it when the machine like does the math for you. It is what 20% is. I'm like, all right, I'll just choose that because I don't want to think right now.
That's nice. Yes,
I like that. I'm like, cool, lazy people. It could not even be 20%. It could be like 30%, and you just say it's 20. I'm like, all right, I'll
especially after a couple beers, or I'm not going to question it.
I'm just like, I'm too lazy right now to care. So yeah, a lot of decisions I make are just for being lazy.
Just for laziness, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. What's your drink of choice?
Moscow Mule.
Okay. All right.
So it is my
super refreshing.
I want to say it's my signature drink. I'll like sometimes make like a diet version where it's diet tonic water, and I make like a sugar-free ginger syrup, and then mix it with vodka. And it's like low carb. There's some and the only calories you count are from the vodka. So
yeah. Okay.
Little fat guy secrets right there.
Yeah.
And a real fat guy secret, if you're sitting in the chair backwards, covers your gut.
There you go. Okay.
That's the Garth Brooks documentary on Netflix.
All right.
So let me see here. I'll find you one more. I'm not going to keep you for the entire night. So let me see if I have a talk to take us out with.
All right.
But let me see here. I've shown you most of the good one. But just want to make sure that you continue to work hard and follow your dreams. And this is what this video is all about.
Okay.
I've learned in my short time on Earth that things are not usually as much about talent as they are determination and hard work. Very few things in life come without a commitment and without dedication to the cause. Hone your craft. Practice. Work on your dreams and carry your dreams into the day your dreams carry you. Sure, you may have some mistakes. You may have some failures along the way, but don't let those be discouraging. Use those failures as stepping stones to do better the next time. Always remember, friends, never give up on your dreams.
And
I should watch that every morning.
Every morning, yeah, I've been doing that too. So, where can we check your stuff out at? Socials, OnlyFans link, everything else?
Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, it's all Miller and the Hunks. Pretty much all the online streaming stuff, Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff, Miller and the Hunks. We just put out a new single. We're going to definitely try to get at least... I'm going to say we're going to shoot for 2 more singles out by the end of the year. And then we're going to actually go into the studio to do an EP here soon, a 6-track EP. So hopefully here soon you'll have at least, 2 singles and a 6-track EP. But definitely at least 1 more single by the end of the year. And then a 6-track EP coming out probably in the first couple of months of next year. So.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. You stay awesome. Come back on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I really enjoyed it.
I know. Hope I haven't scarred you for life with all the TikToks. And
no, I love it.
I have the dangerous ones that I didn't show you. So, well, take it easy, man. All right.
Save that for next time.
Mm-hmm. All right. Bye.
All right. Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Bye.
Hashtag pray for Micah.
Hey, you just finished a full episode of the SchwegCast. I hope your brain cells don't hurt. If you want to support this show financially in the best way possible, go check us out on Patreon for $5 a month. You can get ad-free episodes of the SchwegCast and is the best way to personally support me and this channel.